Good evening, everybody. How's it going? I gotta recenter myself. It looks like. Let's try that. How's it going?
It's going pretty okay. I just shot my on-camera stuff for the end of the year video. I was wearing the shirt, even though I don't mention Mario 35th anniversary.
Oh, it's right. You didn't. There's nothing about Mario 35 in there, is there?
No. I mean, Mario 35, the game is pretty fun, but who cares about the 35th anniversary of something, right?
That's right.
I'm more excited about the new version of 3D World next year than anything this year, really, to be honest.
Yep.
But I got this shirt. I got this shirt for Christmas, and I thought, well, this will be the sole reference to Mario's 35th anniversary in the video, even though we say nothing about it.
I didn't get a Mario shirt for Christmas.
Well, I did, because my mom was like, "Here, pick some nerd shirts from this website. I'm desperate for more things to buy."
You're like, that's no problem.
I need Christmas ideas, she said.
Yeah. I mean, Christmas, I guess, is different. As a parent, Christmas is pretty. It's like, well, you kind of just get what you want. And what I wanted this year was a Nest thermostat, a smart learning thermostat, and that was my big gift and the thing I was most excited about. And my wife got a big freezer that goes in our garage.
Wow.
That's
I don't
that's what
know.
we asked for.
I mean, I'm a little more excited for Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity, but that's just me.
Yeah, and as Eric 18 says, you are truly a dad. Yep, freezers, and also I got I guess it's over there. It's an electric screwdriver that was recommended. I think that Dan Coons recommended it, and then Bob recommended it, and then I recently saw it in one of in Pork Chop Express's Mr. Aluminum Case Building video. And I'm like, I want that, and it is awesome.
I see Mitch B in the chat saying our big gift was a Roomba, which I always imagine that those are a cool idea that don't execute well, but I've heard a lot of people say that like they actually do their job really well. Like I kind of want to try one. I think Sandy might have fun with it.
I see the Ludicrous Fool 79 is saying electric screwdriver. I didn't know those were a thing. Let me just grab it really quick because it's awesome.
My dad has one, but he always like I imagine he would use it for like everything, but he only uses it for like some things. Like he's like some things it would be just like it would be too much.
So to be fair, this is like not something that you would use on like a screw that's like in there really tight. This is more for electronics.
I was just saying that my dad has one, and I always say like, well, why don't you just use the electric screwdriver? He's like, no, this isn't the kind of thing you'd use it on.
Well, this thing, it's called the Wow Stick.
The Wow Stick. Well,
look at it. It's like
the name Wow Stick does not like strike me as quality.
It has like a little LED that lights up so you can see inside stuff, and it comes with like a billion different bits for it. Wow. Like, look at these things; they're just like full of them.
That's probably like the best part about it.
Yeah, though, I'm like, this is the Wow Stick. I mean.
Well, does it have the right bit for opening up Nintendo cartridges?
I'm sure there's. I'm not sure if it has
GBA cartridges.
A lot of those are. I bet there is a Tri-Wing in here.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure if it would have like one of the other ones. But I mean, usually those are in there.
There's some weird ones for opening up original Xbox too. I forget what style that is.
But it's rechargeable. It's USB chargeable. I was very excited about getting this. I don't know if I prefer it over a normal screwdriver. I just think that it'll be handy for opening up systems if I need to. And it sounds like I'm at the dentist's office.
There was a 5 Canadian from the importer. Thank you. Saying, hi guys, what timing? I've received my Astro City arcade stick from Amazon Japan. Couple of hours ago, was about to test it on my PC and Mr. FPGA. So yeah, I mean you
I got the whole package. I did not get the little like the ashtray and the I do kind of wish I got the ashtray.
Wait, there's an ashtray?
There is an ashtray. Well, it's like a regular size ashtray. I wish you could buy the ashtray like by itself. Maybe I need to look into that, just because it's for holding your tokens or your yen coins, and also there's like a little mini stool that you can get for it. But I don't have time for all that stuff.
Well, I saw a lot of people during the pre-stream kind of being like, ugh, like is this thing like not that good? I saw that apparently Joe did a review, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, there's a video on GameStack that released this morning, and I mean it's okay. I think the game lineup is incredible. I wish that there was more scaling options. There's only I guess I'll just go ahead and get right into it. Get some volume here. And I am using the control pad. Oh, where are you? There you are.
You know who made it?
It does not have anything about like who did it.
But doesn't it have like artificial scan lines that look just as bad as the Neo Geo one?
I would say that they're almost like worse looking than the Neo Geo.
Really?
In some ways. The scan lines are pretty atrocious. They look pretty good on the screen itself, on the built-in screen, but like on blown up on a TV, it does not look very good.
Is it 720p or 1080p?
It's 720p.
Okay.
So this controller, which is I think is kind of, it made me think of, I think I said to you, it makes me think of something that would have come out on the Master System. It's not exactly like the most comfortable thing about it, but there's just something about it that feels like, oh, this feels like a throwback to like late 80s Sega.
It looks like something that would have appeared in our third-party controllers episode.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it's not that bad. It has a Saturn style D-pad on it, which is nice.
Really? I mean, the D-pad, just looking at it, the D-pad kind of makes me think more of a PC Engine D-pad, which I'm not a huge fan of.
No, I mean, it's a Saturn
it's more
style.
Saturn style? Yeah.
And the 6 buttons, so it has, A, B, C, D, E, F on there. So it does have an English mode, but the English is broken in a lot of cases. You can adjust your brightness, which is kind of weird. Whoops. And volume, but also like the screen settings. So there's only just like a default and a analog display, and both of them fill the screen vertically. So that means that there's going to be horizontal shimmer all the time. And for the vertically scrolling games on here, it's very apparent. And those are the only options. So there's 3, at least it has an all black border.
Well, that's always appreciated.
But I do prefer the Astro City one because the screen in the unit itself is 16:9. So if you use this border, it like fills like the sides with Astro City. Okay. So it looks nice on the system itself. Yeah. But that's like all there is. I mean,
is there shimmering?
Oh, there is definitely vertical shimmering, but I mean, there probably is horizontally, but I haven't run into any situations where it's been really apparent. I'm sure playing Thunder Force or something like that, we'll be able to see it. But I definitely have not spent a lot of time with it so far, so I just thought I'd just go through from number 1 and play everything. Or at least as many as I can get to.
There was a £5 super chat from Andrew McLean. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Saying I've enjoyed your collabs with the mighty Digital Foundry. Was aware of you guys before, but paying more attention now. Well,
thank you.
That's appreciated. We've been John actually invited us to a stream today, but we just didn't. The timing did not work out for either of us.
Yeah, I went to the Cincinnati Zoo with my family to do like the lights. They have Christmas lights all over.
I saw there was several minutes ago there was a comment, a chat from old Audie, who the Digital Foundry audience will no doubt be familiar with, and he was commenting on my shirt. It kind of reminded me, I've just in the past couple of months come to appreciate the black box NES art more than I did, because there was I forget who did this, but there was this interview with Gail Tilden on some YouTube channel, maybe Ars Technica or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Who she was part of Nintendo's marketing department, in the couple of years before the NES launched. And was she the first editor-in-chief of Nintendo Power or something like that? But anyway, it was a really interesting interview because it was mostly focused on kind of the 1985 New York City launch of
Oh,
the
right,
NES.
yeah, that's right. I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah,
I watched some of it too.
I've never really heard information about that relayed, in a reliable way that, from someone who clearly remembers the events very well. Because it's always kind of this weird thing. It's like, well, the NES launched in 1985, but like only very, very, very limitedly. Like later, it was when it really, became a nationwide thing. But one of the things that really fascinated me about the interview, I mean, it was just really, really interesting. A lot of interesting stuff. But one thing was that I didn't know. This is probably common knowledge for all I know, but I'd never heard it. That the reason that the early NES games have the pixel art boxes is because, the whole, game industry crash thing, Atari and all those manufacturers had flooded the market with so much stuff that, retailers didn't even want to stock it anymore because they couldn't move it. Nintendo thought one of the reasons for the customer fatigue was, the example she used was, you'd see this like really awesome like tennis box art on an Atari box, and Atari box is Atari art. Oh yeah, beautiful. I mean, you'd want to frame almost any of them on your wall, and but she thought, well, you see this awesome, hand-drawn art of these tennis players, and then you get the game and it's just another version of Pong.
Yeah.
And, so you're always like disappointed when you see what the Atari game is really like.
Yeah, I mean,
they thought, well, let's be honest and let's make it look exciting using the game's actual graphics.
That's good. It's very honest.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was an interesting, because I always thought like I don't know, it's kind of lame that they're just using the pixel art, but and I do think that the NES pixel art is an argument for why pixelated graphics without scan lines is a valid way to represent retro games. I know some people, scan lines are nothing, and I do enjoy scan lines, but I think this being a relic of that time suggests that it is a valid way to view what these games look like.
Yeah,
I think I missed a super chat or
two. There's two. Did you got the one from the importer earlier, right?
I did.
Okay, good.
There were maybe 3. There was 5 from Aaron Welsh. Thank you. Saying $5 for every solid hour of Arabian Fight. No other games and no breaks.
Arabian Fight, it's a very good looking game though. I've never really played it very much.
I'm not sure if that's the game I'm thinking of or if I'm thinking of something else. I'll have to see what it is when you show it. And then there was also 500 yen from Retrode, just with that pair doing the workout, just saying keep it up. I really want to know what the origin of the YouTube pair is.
Yeah. Well, thanks for dropping in, Retrode. It's cool to see you in here. I'm a big fan of your channel.
And there was also
all right. So what are we playing
5
next?
Canadian from Tom T17. Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Saying thoughts on the RetroTink 2X Pro multi-format. I'd be using it for composite with N64, GameCube with Game Boy Player, Wii, and PS2. Keep up the great work, guys. Okay, so that would be composite for all of those. The only real reason to go with the multi-format is if you need 480p pass-through. and obviously with composite, you wouldn't be using 480p. I don't think I've ever compared them directly, like the regular Pro and the Pro multi-format. But if I recall correctly, my understanding is, and I believe if you look up information on Mike Chi's website, I mean, he's very forthcoming and honest with like what the purpose of each device is. And I believe that the filters on the regular Pro are supposed to be better, like probably for composite specifically. I think the long and short of it is, like for like 240p signals and stuff like that, especially composite, I believe you would probably be gaining an overall better picture with the Pro or the Mini, I think. But if having that convenience of having 480p component pass through routed through it, then the M is best. And I don't think it's like a huge difference between them, but they are different hardware. The chips are different hardware with different behaviors.
Oh, jeez. This is a tough game.
I wish I could give you definitive information on that, but that's just kind of my understanding of the gist of what the situation with that is. And I know that there should be more information on the Retrode website.
So for those that are wondering, this is Ninja Princess was the on the Master System was just retitled the Ninja, with the main character changed to a man. And what's interesting is like this game is available on Mister. You can play Ninja Princess on the Mister. It is part of, since it's a Sega not a Sega 16, but a Sega System 1 game. Like same as like Wonder Boy and everything.
Is the Japanese Master System version of this keep the original character? Or
I don't believe so.
Really? That's kind of weird. It kind of has a slightly like Pocky and Rocky vibe to it.
Yeah, I can see that. You can really see the vertically scrolling shimmer here in this game.
There was a $5 super chat from Mitch B. Thank you. Saying, thoughts on video game Donkey's satirical switch to daily content. Truly laid out the problems with algorithm that punishes quality content.
Oh, I did not see that that's what he was doing. I get a lot of enjoyment out of Donkey's stuff, I gotta say. I mean, I don't watch them all, but when I do watch them, it's always funny. I like when in the past when he's called Reggie from Nintendo, when he calls him Reggie.
That sounds like the kind of thing that we would have done on the old How to Beat video.
Yeah. Yeah. But what is? I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. There is very, very few daily content shows that I watch. I can't even say that I watch any. Probably the only one that I feel is like all that interesting to me is Spawnwave, because he does a lot of like other stuff as well. You know, like if he doesn't have, he does like the Newswave stuff, but he also does like, hey, I ordered a used GameCube from GameStop, and this is what they sent me. And he opens it up and stuff like that kind of stuff. I think he's like that. I feel like it's one of the only channels I've ever seen that does it in a way that I am more likely to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know a whole lot about the algorithm and what people say about it. We just do our thing, right?
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
There was I saw there was $2 super chat from Bubba D Matt. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying thoughts on RetroTank 5X Voltar showed off. I know that has been a thing he has been mentioning, and I have not seen it actually shown off. Like, he's been like pretty blatantly teasing that this is a thing that you.
Yeah, I didn't know it was shown off either. Was that a video today?
Yeah, I mean, he's been very coy about the details from what I've seen, but I am unclear on whether this is a hack he has done or like an all new product that Mike is working on. I actually have no idea, to be honest. But I know that Voltar is pretty high on it because he was asking me something not long ago about his video chain for streaming.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Something. I was like, oh, well, here's how I've got set up. And then he showed me a diagram of like how things are connected.
Right.
And I said, oh, well, where's the OSSC? He's like, oh, I don't use the OSSC anymore. Use the Retrode 5X.
I'm really interested to try it out.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
really
have to
curious
see. I'll have to see
too,
the
but
video.
I'm unclear on what it is. Like if it's like a hack or if it's like an actual product. I have not been in the loop on that, I have to admit.
Yeah.
I just know that is a thing he is like not so shyly mentioned from time to time.
Yeah.
But I've not seen it in action. But I obviously would be very, very interested to learn more.
All right. Moving through here. Oh, there goes my hero. This was a on the Master System. It was a Sega the Card game.
Is it a card game? It doesn't look like
it's on the Sega card.
Oh, okay, yeah. How many of those even are there? Do you have any?
Yeah, I have. I think I have 2. I have this, and I have Teddy Boy, and I guess F-16 Fighting Falcon is one, but that's a SG-1000 game, like on a card.
Audie is saying that someone just published a remaster of the Zelda CDI soundtracks. Are you saying like someone made like a legit CD set of them or something?
F-14 Fighting Falcon, that's right. I always want to say F-16. Okay, yeah, you see some horizontal shimmer here.
Yeah, I could see it in Flicky too.
Yeah.
Like even like sitting way back here, I can see, I can see that some pixel, even when you're standing still, it's like, oh, those pixels are wider than the other pixels. What are you playing with right now? Are you playing with?
I'm using the pad.
The pad.
Yeah.
I think probably the thing that most people are interested in this whole thing for is the actual like standalone arcade stick. Like,
for sure. For sure. It's really hard for me to sit over here with it.
Oh, sure. But I'm just curious, like, how is it?
I think it's pretty awesome. I mean, it's really, really heavy duty. And what I like about it is that it was, it's the kind of stick that I wanted to, that I wanted. Like, if I want an arcade stick, like, I want an Astro City style, look to it, like a theme to it. And it was very cool to see, like, an official one come out. So I had to get it. Oh, look, you can put in.
Yeah, it wasn't that many years ago that I just like assumed it was like universally accepted that like D-pads are better than arcade sticks, and like I mean, because I was not a big arcade kid, I had no idea that like there are probably a lot of people in the chat room who are just appalled at what I'm saying, but I just. It never occurred to me that there were actually people who like gotta use an arcade stick. Like it's better. these games are supposed to be played. I am horrible with arcade sticks. I am horrible with them.
Well, the main reason I wanted it is I wasn't expecting it to work on any consoles, really. I really wanted to just get it for something that would work with the Mister, and it does work with the Mister, which is like enough for me.
The importer actually just dropped a. I don't know if that's his own setup there, but is showing it connected to Mister along with some sort of Saturn controller. So
yeah.
Very, very cool. Is the spacing of the stick that stick has got to be a lot closer to the buttons compared to the actual Astro City cabs, right?
I mean, I've heard people talk about that, and I'm sure that that's probably the case. It's too bad they don't make it like slightly more spread out. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't know. Like I have not used an actual Astro City enough to like really judge the distance. But I did read a review yesterday that was posted in our Discord about it, saying that like the stick is a little bit close to the buttons.
Yeah, is the actual array of buttons like follow the same curve as the real ones? Like the spacing of the buttons within the button section itself.
I think. I mean, I would assume so. I would assume so.
See that Zro Beast in the chat was saying, has anyone tried the 8-bit Do arcade stick? Super tempted to buy one for my Switch and hopefully Mac if they add support down the line. Yeah, I mean, I'm not familiar with that. But I was looking at this really awesome looking like digital controller the 8-bit Do has that has like Xbox buttons on it. And I was like, oh, that would be like awesome to use on the Xbox One or the Xbox Series X.
Then it doesn't even work on the Xbox.
And then it's like for Android. Like as far as I could tell, like I was like, oh, this looks awesome. Like it wasn't out yet. Like I think it came out in November, and I was looking at it in like October. I'm like, oh, this looks awesome. I really want it. Like I could play like stuff like Monster Boy on Xbox
or like Ori. Well, I guess it's
Ori. Or I haven't played Will of the Wisps, but I assume it's similar to.
Yeah, it probably is analog.
Where like the D-pad works most of the time, but then there's like certain moves where you really need like the full circular range of the stick to be accurate.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, but I mean, or Cuphead, obviously.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this looks awesome. And then, like, unless something is changed, like you're just supposed to use it with like Android or like NVIDIA Shield or something. Like, it doesn't even work on Xbox, even though it has Xbox buttons. And is not only that, is sold on Microsoft's online website. And I was like, what the heck? As far as I can tell, it does not work on Xbox. But if it does, I would totally buy one.
Here they come. There they are. The Bins Beans.
The Bins Beans. Uh-oh. You ready for them?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter if I'm ready. They're coming.
Get ready.
There they are.
There was just 2 super chats. One from Powder Keg. Thank you. Saying, are you guys planning to do a full review on this? I doubt it.
I doubt it, but I mean, you never know. You never know. I mean, I'm looking for to like have some just like more casual fun with episodes.
Yeah,
in the coming year.
That's a big thing we've been talking about.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like that doesn't mean a slowdown, and like I mean, it doesn't mean a like longer it doesn't mean like bigger things are going away. It's just like I think that we're gonna do more casual stuff as we feel like.
Yeah, well, I mean, really, like I've said, like kind of getting back to the roots in the sense of, just whatever kind of strikes us is something fun to do for, that week.
And maybe just do more stuff on games themselves as we feel like.
And really, I'm after the games we played in 2020, which will launch on Thursday, New Year's Eve. We will, I'm going to go into getting back to finishing Analog Frontiers Part 3,
3, 4, and 5.
Week. But you, and then 4 and 5 right after. But you're really going to be in a position where I think there are a few things that you
I think that you can expect.
You're going to do a mode video. You're going to do a mystery video. But like those don't have to be done like immediately necessarily.
That's the peanuts.
I mean, if you just felt like doing a casual ad lib video on this,
I would do it. Yeah, I mean,
if you felt like it, but only if you felt like it.
Right.
I wouldn't do it if it was just like, I should do this. Like, should be you want to do it.
That's what. Yeah, we want to do things that we're excited about again.
I mean, that's something I've been thinking about this week as I've been editing the games we played in 2020 because I've been having fun with it, and it kind of made me think, if I'm working on a video and it's starting to become a slog, like I need to step back and be like, why am I not having fun making this video and like, tweak your approach? Yeah. Because like I feel like in a lot of ways that should be one of our most important goals is to have
absolutely.
And if we do, then I think that will come through in content and people will appreciate.
Totally. Yeah. And I mean,
it's been fun working on that video, and
not that we're not having fun with other stuff, but we have been. I think that it's just we felt like we've been doing other things in a way that we said, we need to do this before we can do this episode that we want to do. Exactly. That we're like really excited to do.
That's it.
And
it's like, I can't do this right now because I should really do this first. And it's like, it's not necessarily that the episode you're doing isn't an episode you want to do, but it's maybe not the episode you want to make right now. Like, and the difference is like, I'll be honest, NT Mini episode, we didn't have a lot of fun making that because the whole situation we didn't think we were going to have a chance to look at one, and it wasn't really on our radar when it was coming out. And so it kind of, the rug was kind of pulled out from under us when we're like, we should really do that right away. Whereas it would be nice if we were in a situation where as soon as we get something, there's not like other things that we feel like we have to put aside. It's like, I just got this and I really want to do something on it, Like right. I want to do something now because it's new and interesting and exciting right now, as opposed to, like banking something for later. So we're really going to try to get into more of a situation
where thank God it has rapid fire. Rapid fire changes really quick. I just want to say rapid fire makes Fantasy Zone like a lot easier, but also so much more enjoyable to me.
Oh yeah, well
if it's like you were really just like it's tough. But if you have rapid fire, you can just decimate everything like the bases so quickly.
The background, I'm not really seeing noticeable shimmer on the background, but on the foreground, like on these pink and light blue trees.
You see it a lot.
I'm seeing some shimmer action there, but the background I'm not noticing.
It moves a little slower, so probably wouldn't see it as
probably
much.
Just moving the right speed. There was also a 999 from Michael A. Thank you. Saying, hey guys, got an OSSC for Christmas. My SNES and NES RGB, both with HD retrovision cables, do not work on my Sony 4K. There is an image that cuts in and out on 5X. Am I out of luck, or is there a workaround to get these to work?
You should try 4X, because I feel like 4X usually has the best compatibility.
4X is a lot more compatible than 5X.
It's like a PC resolution.
And honestly, you're not really going to see the difference. We have actually moved to using 4X for almost all of our recordings just because it helps us make our recordings a lot more consistent. For example, 480p 2x is 960p. Well, so is 480p or 240p 4x. So it just keeps those consistent. And really the quality is about the same. So pretty much I just have 240p set for 4x, 480p set for 2x, and and I'm happy. So I would try that. I would definitely obviously try other resolutions. Something super fascinating to me that maybe I should have known before, but I did not. I had no clue. One thing with NES and Super Nintendo, there are de-jitter mods, right? And that is actually the main reason that those have more compatibility difficulties than other systems. Something that we learned after releasing the Inti Mini Noir video, we made an error in saying that the composite video quality is weirdly not as good as on the 2017 NT Mini. And that was true, but you can actually get it to look as good as the 2017 unit and an original NES, because the reason it looked worse is because we had de-jitter on. Something I had no clue of is the reason for the jitter. And you can see it if you can see all of the scan lines, the stuff that's in the overscan. The top scan line freaks out. It emits a short scan line on the top line every other frame. That's the jitter, and that's what makes it. That's what makes Super Nintendo and NES less compatible on some displays through the OSS. Turns out the reason for the jitter in the first place is to improve the perceived quality of the composite signal. It actually makes it look more stable and kind of gives the NES composite its unique texture.
How about that?
It's a texture that I still enjoy. I mean, I generally do play, either in HDMI or RGB for NES, but there is a texture to the NES composite that I'm nostalgic for and have an appreciation for. There's a certain depth to it that certain games like Xanadu, I always like to use in the example, that really brings it out. Sometimes the trees and games like the Zelda 2 title screen, the trees that you see in the distance on composite, like it really looks like a dense forest with composite.
I don't know if it's just me, really quick. I don't know if it's just me, but the scrolling on this looks really, really bad. On Wonder Boy.
Like shimmery, you mean?
Well, not even shimmery. It just looks like really choppy and like there's like a lot like ghosting. But I don't know if that's just my TV or what.
Huh.
But it might be just like the shimmery.
It looks smooth.
Yeah, but I guess it is. It's probably a shimmer. I guess it's just
this game moves at the right pace to really make it obvious.
Yeah, to make it look horrible.
But anyway, I just thought that was super interesting that I thought that the jitter was just there to be a thing that annoys us, when trying to use the OSSC with TVs and capture devices. I didn't know there was like a good reason for it to exist. So, in other words, only do the de-jitter mod on those systems if you do not want to use composite ever again, if you think you would have no reason to ever use it again. But your composite quality, I guess, is going to be worse if you do the de-jitter mod. I've never had it done, so I just thought that was super interesting. I had no idea. I only knew about it in relation to, you can get rid of the jitter to make it more compatible with the OSSC. I never heard the qualifier that, but the reason for the jitter is it makes composite look a lot better. It's fascinating to me. There was also a $5 super chat. Thank you.
Thank you.
People are on a roll with the fives tonight for some reason.
Thank you.
It's from Chris. I'm going to butcher this. I'm sorry. I'm sure you're used to it. Kachaturian.
Oh, Kachaturian, I think.
Kachaturian.
Yeah.
There you go. That's not hard. Saying, just wanted to wish you guys in the community a safe and happy New Year.
Thank you. I saw some people earlier in the chat wish me a happy belated birthday, and thank you. I turned 42 yesterday. 42. It's even like compared to like just 40. It sounds like such a bigger sounding number.
I know, like it's so weird. Like I remember it wasn't that many years ago that, when I learned like certain YouTubers and other people in the gaming community, I remember we were talking about someone. You're like, oh, I think he's like 41 or 42, and I was like, no. I was used to most people in the gaming community being, in their 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
And now it's just like.
But I wonder if there's people saying that about me. Maybe they're saying there's no way he's 42.
But with the actual, passage of time, it has become more normal because just the people that were
because people get old. People age.
People that were 30. The people that
in
were
real
35,
time.
7 years ago, they're 42 now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you are generally on the older end of people who are still passionate about games. So, it's happened naturally. But I just remember it wasn't that many years ago, and now it's just like normal for my friends in the gaming community to be in their 40s. It's
be Edgar.
It's nothing crazy.
I just gotta say, Quartet, probably the greatest. I mean, I want to say it's probably the greatest first level theme of all time.
Wow.
I just want to turn it up a little.
Was that the one you picked?
I love this song so much.
Was it the one you picked for your favorite, or did you pick something else?
I picked it for my favorite in the 2-hour video that we did about it, the 30-day thing.
Okay. But in the original best first level themes, I think didn't you pick?
I did not pick this, and this isn't even in it, and it's like I can't believe that I missed that because it's 100% the best first level theme.
Do you prefer the arcade version of it?
Yes, this is like a great version of this song. Even though like the arcade game itself is, I don't feel it touches the Master System game. Just in terms of fun levels, fun factor, rather. I love this theme. I'm just gonna hang out here.
Stimmy in the chat says Coury is 6 dog years old.
Yeah. If the music's too loud, let me know.
How could Quartet be too loud?
But I mean, there is a arcade marquee of Quartet 2 I've been kind of eyeing. It's been in my eBay watch list for a little while. Quartet 2 is essentially the same game as the first one in the arcade. It's just that it's been made 2 players instead of 4.
Mm-hmm. I was really surprised by how difficult it was. I mean, Master System games are hard. I mean, people talk about NES hard. How about Master System hard? I think Master System games are way harder than NES games.
I only have the music turned up on this one. I'll turn it back down a little bit in the next game. Ouch! I mean, I like this theme so much that I've come dangerously close to buying that Miku game. What's her face? The music game, because
Hatsune
Hatsune Miku, who has like a cover of that song in it. But there's no, it's like DLC only. If it was like physically on a disc, I would definitely buy it. Isn't it? It's so stupid.
Does Sega own that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or they just make the games? I don't know.
I guess that's a good question. I always thought that they did own.
I mean,
I thought they owned the character. Maybe they don't. Which is like a huge amount of money for them, I suppose. Ouch.
There was $5 from EB Chill too. Thank you. Saying read an article on Game Radar today on CRT. Was pleasantly surprised to see Marc featured prominently in. Coury, I'm 47. You're still a youngling.
Yep. That's the one that came out. I think it's I feel like it was posted on someplace else like before that.
Am I familiar with this article?
Well, I'm pretty sure, but I think it was posted elsewhere first.
I don't recall this. But I don't know if it was something I was interviewed for or if they're just citing us.
No, I think that you were interviewed for it. Oh, so there's another one. Try you there?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what it could have been. I mean, I remember answering some emails on something a while back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is something that you were interviewed for a long time ago, and then the article came out a long time ago, and it got reposted someplace else.
Yeah.
But maybe not.
Paul Sutton with 499.
Thank you.
Thank you. Saying being 42 means you remember when $100 could get you a Genesis and a dozen box games without even trying. I mean, the reality though is that games were, actually kind of expensive when they were new back in the day, but it was real good, in the years immediately after these systems were, no longer the hot thing, like NES. Man, you could just get so many NES games for cheap. Like late 90s was a great time to be into the NES.
I'm the Miracle Ball.
Didn't know there was Alex Kidd arcade game.
Oh yeah, this is Alex Kidd: The Lost Stars and on the Master System. I mean, that's what this is. But this is Alex Kidd with Stella. I don't know who Stella is. I can already tell.
Pocky and Rocky with Becky.
Exactly. I can already tell that this is maybe not as good as the Master System game.
Wait, and you hate the Master System game?
I mean, yes. I mean, I wouldn't. I hate is probably a strong word for it, but I dislike it because it's such a disappointment after Miracle World.
Mm-hmm.
This is it was this game where I found out the truth about Santa Claus. It was because of this game. So maybe that's why maybe that's another reason I don't like it very much.
Wait, say this again?
I found out the truth about Santa Claus because of Alex Kidd: The Lost Stars.
That's horrible.
I know.
Like I can't imagine. Is there more to this story?
Hang on. I can't talk about it right now because. All right, I'm on a thing right now. All right, hang on. Okay. Okay. Have you've been here for a while? Okay.
I just came down here to get a Mario Lego piece.
Oh, okay.
Fabio Mikado was asking, have you played Paprium? And you tried to.
Yeah, my cartridge is broken.
Is it actually broken, or like
it straight up does not work? It's not a it's not a problem with the like incompatibility. It like straight up just doesn't work. I don't get any kind of image on the screen even when playing on a Mega SG, which will work. It just
I thought Mega SG wasn't supposed to work.
It plays like this mini game on all systems, but it doesn't play the full game. But it will play like kind of in a situation where where it's like almost like playing a PC Engine CD-ROM or Super CD game on a system without the right card in it, the right system card in it. Like how with Rondo Blood, it plays that really funny looking version of the game. It plays like a little 8-bit version of Paprium.
Huh.
And that will work on all Mega SGs. It does not work on mine. I just get a black screen.
Weird. So, I mean, I've not followed any of the anything about it. Like, I've not looked at any video or anything. You were originally thinking about streaming it today, but
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't work. So
what's the general impression of it?
Well, I know that Joe's working on a full review next week. I'm looking forward to his full review to find out the details on it. I still have not seen any direct feed footage of it. And he said that it's both good and bad at the same time. That's what he said about it. So I don't know what that means.
I mean, have you looked at much video of it in action?
No, I've not seen any video of it in action. Like that is not shot off a TV.
Okay.
Gosh, I hope my daughter wasn't standing there for a long time when I was talking about Santa. That's why I was like, oof. I just want to say that I found a copy of Alex Kidd: The Lost Stars hidden by my mom, and then I got it on Christmas Day, and I had From Santa on it.
Oh, you know, my mom still does that.
Oh, I know.
With you know, me and my dad too. You know, she always write. You know, it's not just from Santa. It's also from she'll just write some random reindeer's name. You know, it's from Donner.
Yeah, totally. Totally. I can totally understand that.
Yeah, rarely do I actually get a gift that says from mom.
I keep on going on about it. I'm paranoid she's gonna come down and see it, but so when we were putting stuff in the stockings for the kids, we have this thing holding that hold the stockings up, and it's this weighted piece of this weighted hook, and it fell and fell. It fell on the plate of cookies.
Oh no!
And it shattered it. And we just left it. So I've been going on and on and on these last couple of days. I can't believe the Santa broke our plate. Because I guess the kids heard it happen, but it didn't come down.
Wow.
It's just I don't know. I was I said I'm gonna write him a strongly worded letter. That's next year.
Demo Kirby with $2 saying almost learned Santa from same game.
Oh,
that seems like too so much of an experience. I hope your daughter did not learn that from the same game as well.
I know, right? What if she just did? It's it's the Lost Stars curse.
The Lost Stars curse. I mean, that would be almost funny.
It would. I mean, at that point, I would probably be okay with it. But I guess we'll see.
I mean, I don't think you said enough information out loud to totally give
But
a definitive...
unless she goes back and she's like, "Mommy, what's the truth about Santa?"
Well, it's that Santa, gives bad Master System gifts for Christmas.
Yeah, he's totally okay with disappointing. Gotta get to that. I
had a very adaptive view of Santa when I was young.
I'm just trying to get to the 3rd level so I can see the. There we go.
As things didn't make sense, like instead of being like, oh, that doesn't make sense, like, I don't believe in Santa now.
Yeah.
Like I changed my view of like, oh, I get it. It's like the spirit of Santa delivering gifts. It's not like an actual, like, he lived like some long time ago and now it's his spirit doing it because, it's not an actual normal human doing this, So I was just like, oh, well, that makes sense,
Yeah.
And so because of that, like, I definitely think I believed in Santa like longer than a lot of people, I think, just because I was able to adapt my idea of what Santa was.
Yeah.
Very easily.
So I like that. Oh, I'm just trying to get to the bare buttocks here. That's the only reason I'm playing. There he is. I don't know. It's still funny.
I've never seen the arcade version of these guys.
Yeah, it's like slightly less. He doesn't quite have the same bubble butt as he does in the Master System version.
It's definitely less cheek, but the extra color makes it more disturbing.
Yeah. Well, I like the fact that he's like. I'm pretty sure in the Master System games, like the skulls are like coming out of his butt, but here they're just coming out of the ground. So he's like literally just.
He's summoning them. Like
He's just hitting him with
well, on the Master System, they're like clearly coming out of his butt.
Yeah. There he is. He's real excited about it too. Look at Look at Alex's eyes. He's just like. He's mortified. He's like, I cannot believe this guy right now. I can't. He's like, I can't look.
Robert Carlson says, "We're just gonna hang out here for a while, aren't we?"
Yeah. I gotta make the save data right next to him, because you never know when I might need to use.
Newport says it feels like wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. There's actually an NPC in Final Fantasy 14 that says some variation of that.
Oh, Old Alien Syndrome. I think that's a pretty good game.
$5 from Mark Dell saying $5 for showing Bear Behind.
Yeah, that's what we're all about here. Look at these slugs.
How do you feel about scrolling layers being used to show like perspective?
Oh, like giving a 3D element to it, kind of like the dungeons in Phantasy Star 2.
Phantasy Star 2, yeah.
And also in 3,
it always
I guess.
Feels a little wrong to me.
Really, I guess I like it. I guess.
I like foreground, like what Donkey Kong Country sometimes does, and like the cave levels and stuff like that. Yoshi's Island.
Do you not mind it so much in
like side scrolling? I think.
Yeah, like. But you don't like it so much in.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of a distraction. It's just kind of weird, I think, in overhead.
Yeah.
Aaron Welsh has $2 saying $100 if Try will do that dance properly on chess. Well,
maybe if we wanted to kill the channel.
If we wanted to kill the channel, you know.
Yeah. If we are going out guns blazing. That's we would if we like, you know. I killed 7 years of hard work just so I could do the dance from Alex Kidd, The Lost Stars.
The cursed game.
Yeah. Man, there's a lot of hostages.
I mean, maybe when we're in our 70s and don't even care anymore. By then, no one will probably care.
Yeah. Oh, I hear someone's jumping up and down upstairs.
There was $4.99 from Paul Sutton again, saying,
Thank you.
"Joke all you want, but his appearance in Lost Stars got Mohawk a starring role in his own SNES game with his Bud headphone jack." I know what you're talking about. I'm drawing a blank right now, though. I think I know what you're talking about. Didn't GameSack do a video on the game he's talking about at some point?
Probably, but I mean that's a game that I've never even tried. Oh, dang. Can I continue? Nope. Headphone jack. What am I doing? I keep on going. I want the bottom choice to be go back to main menu, and then the one above that to be back to game. Mark Dell says, "How about $100 if we tell your daughter the truth about Santa is that he's her real dad?" Well, if it came down to that, yeah. Oh, look at. Just so you know, the weapon pops out when you lever down. That's what it says for Wonder Boy. It says the weapon pops out when you lever down. FYI.
You know, it's funny. I was telling Bob about this earlier. You know, a lot of times when I go between my house and my parents' house, I put on the latest retro RGB weekly roundup podcast, and it usually lasts like almost the whole drive, but then it's like over just a few minutes early, and like Sandy is just inconsolable when it's over. She's just fussy, and
dang.
While the podcast is going, she's totally fine. So I guess Bob's voice is soothing or something.
I guess so. Audie did an interview.
Audie was on there. I saw. I knew he was doing it, but I didn't know it happened already.
Yeah.
I saw that. I listened to the most recent weekly roundup, but I'll tune in for Audie next.
Audie was also on a live stream with a Modern Vintage Gamer on.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Was it on Christmas Eve? So Thursday night. I listened to that for a while. I think this is a game that the Master System version is vastly superior to the arcade version.
Yeah, it's better balanced.
It's like very much like a straight up loincloth at the beginning of this. Is this right?
This was running on a candy cab at Mikado, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I saw someone, I think it was before the stream started, say, you know, am I the only one who, you know, still loves like the American style, you know, arcade cabinets compared to the candy cab? Because I mean, candy cab definitely has a pretty strong fan base, but I don't think that would be unusual at all. I mean, I definitely, I like the unique designs of all the different American ones. I guess the appeal of a candy cab, maybe for some people, is that, you could put any game into it and it would, be at home.
Oh yeah. I mean, that is the main appeal for it, for sure. Look at this. This is like the best look right here. Like a loincloth, a headband, and some purple boots.
This is what should have been on the stained glass and Monster Boy.
Yeah. I hate that. Oh, I guess unlike the Master System version, if you don't buy anything, he doesn't like lock the door. So if I can just get 10.
I mean, this is a weird sort of game for an arcade game, for sure.
For sure.
It's an odd structure, but
yeah.
I respect that they tried it. And obviously, it led to the games we really love.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even love the Master System version of this that much. I mean, it's okay, but it's Monster World 3, 4, and Monster Boy that are the really great ones. Well, and Dragon Strap / Curse.
I kind of want to go back and get that shield. I don't know what those little vases that I'm getting are.
Is it money? It's not money. Maybe it's just points.
There you go.
Well,
He's truly ready for battle now.
Are the vases time?
No, there's something else. And the game wouldn't be so bad if it didn't have the time limit.
Yeah. I mean, it's an arcade game. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, but even like the home version, if it didn't have the time limit, it would make such a big difference. Oof. Oh, good. Is that the Gladius that I just got? Oh, whoops! I just threw the bomb. This level is just so long. That's the thing. I don't know. I could see maybe just doing a video on this, but we'll see. I don't know if there's really anything else to be said, and I think that's one of the reasons we like doing streams like this, because we can just say everything we would normally be saying in a video.
Yeah. I kind of. So last Monday on the Backloggery stream, I was asked to download a whole bunch of demos on the Switch eShop.
Oh, right.
And, just play them. But mostly expecting crap, but, who knows. One developer that has, like, 3 demos. I think I've got 4 games and 3 demos on the eShop. They seem kind of interesting. It's called DYA Games, and their games are really simple, but like one is kind of like a co-op breakout style game with kind of like sort of a magical characters theme. Another was this kind of like an overhead version of Wild Guns. Called Bot Vice.
Vice.
The breakout game was called Strikey Sisters. But what's interesting is their art style is like very, very Super Nintendo inspired. Like it's very obvious that it's like specifically Super Nintendo. Like the sprite art looks like very 1995, 96 Super Nintendo. You know, maybe more frames of animation than you would expect to see, but it's pretty dead on. And their pixels are wider than they are tall. And they have an option in their menu that is on by default where it says like smooth graphics or sharp graphics. And smooth is the default, but it's not like a smoothing filter, you know, that makes it blurry. It's interpolation.
Huh.
So
it's unsuspected or unexpected.
Yeah. So I mean, I was just like, you know, when I look at games like that, and you know, Blazing Chrome does it pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, like I keep having this idea that I want to like collaborate with some developers who have done it right and like make a video about like how to not ruin your pixel art in your indie game. You know?
Yeah. Like
you put all this work into the pixel art and you know, and then you don't, like, if you're not going to have interpolation, why don't you design your art for square pixels? Like, why? So many games don't even do that. Like, you could design for square pixels. But what I really respect about like the DYA games is that they were clearly very dedicated to the Super Nintendo aesthetic. Even though, you know, it's got smoother scrolling and it's got you know, widescreen and you know, plenty of effects that could not be done on Super Nintendo for sure. But they are dedicated to the pixel art aesthetic to Super Nintendo to the point that they have pixels wider than they are tall. And I really gotta respect that. And like it's just like, why would you design your pixel art for your indie game? It looks great and all, but then you've got this, you know, like, I mean, Inti Creates, like, they're still making shimmery, like, all they do is make pixel games and they still shimmer. Like,
it is true. It's very true. Like, how is it still happening in like Blaster Master 02 or Circle of the Moon 2?
Yeah.
Like, why? Why is it happening?
I do not know.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is it might be fine on the Switch screen, but then when it's blown up for 1080p, it is not. But in that case, then they should be interpolating it.
They should just be using 720p interpolated, but the fact of the matter is, I think it usually does look worse on the Switch screen when it's not done properly. I think it usually looks better on the TV than the Switch screen.
Tony Goblin is saying, do you think that they mean to have it shimmer?
Yeah.
Like, what if it's intentional?
They are...
Like, what if they're doing it specifically to annoy us or to annoy you?
I mean, maybe we should start a sub-series called Pixel Review. And we review the quality of the scaling on every indie game and every retro compilation.
I guarantee there's people in this chat saying, like, that would be awesome. Please.
We could probably do daily content if we did that.
Yeah. Depends on how deeply we want to go into it.
Well, like, you know, like, I feel like we could play a positive role in eliminating the curse of shimmer from indie games and retro compilations. Like, I feel like if we put the information out there, we could at least save some games from the shimmer.
Maybe. Sonic Boom. This is It's
Funny
funny that
the sharpness of the pixels is more important, but it's not. Like you can still, with interpolation, like have an overall sharp appearance. It when you're sitting back looking at your TV, you're like, this looks like good sharp pixels. But it doesn't shimmer. That's the difference.
oh.
So this looks like the first Tate game that you've played.
Yeah.
I guess they didn't dress it up in any other way, although it doesn't look like a pure black border there, actually. Do you think it would be pure black if you were on the plain border setting?
Oh, like if there's, I mean, I can try. Like if there's a little,
Sonic Boom.
I know it's called Sonic Boom. Yeah, so it's looks good like this.
Okay, so it is pure black when using that border.
But the other one, they're trying to make it seem like it was like there's a little bit of glow to the screen, maybe.
I guess, even though there would be nothing there in a tape mode cabinet.
You got a nice little message from Kraken Soup there, saying how to say I love you guys. Thank you. I love your name, Kraken Soup.
I don't know if I'd try it or not.
Kraken Soup. Yeah. Oh. There's Kraken. It's just like a funny name. It's like when people have like the last name McCracken. You know anybody with the last name McCracken?
Was it one of our year-end videos where you talked about Dynamite Cop and you're like, how many games take a sidestep to battle the Kraken? The Kraken.
It is Dynamite Duke, isn't it? Where you fight like.
Oh, not Dynamite Duke, Dynamite Cop. Did I say Dynamite Duke?
Yeah. It's like randomly in Dynamite Cop, or is it Dynamite Cop 2? Where you fight the Kraken.
It's the one that's called Dynamite Cop in the U.S., but it's Dynamite Deca 2.
Right. The Kraken.
The Kraken. There's just like a cut back to your on cam, and all you just say is the Kraken. I can't remember what year it was. I saw it recently because I was just taking a look at some of the year-end videos. I'm pretty sure that's where it was. The Kraken.
The Kraken.
I want to say my first exposure to the myth of the Kraken was the Kraken is the first boss in Final Fantasy V.
Oh, really? For me, it was definitely Clash of the Titans. The movie Clash of the Titans.
I mean, I probably saw that as a kid, but it probably didn't sink in what it was called.
Yeah, I have a big soft spot for this game. I like Altered Beast. A lot of people say as junk. I really want to get like an actual arcade PCB of Altered Beast.
I mean, it's.
I love that the power balls in this, that they say it says get it, or at least the first one did. It says get it.
Drum made a super chat animation a few weeks ago. It's the Altered Beast, like this one, the final one where he actually turns into the beast.
Mm-hmm.
Except he replaced it with their cat Maddie, because when they first got her, she was had pretty normal level of fluffiness.
Uh-huh.
And then over time, like she just like became intensely fluffy. So they took like an older picture of her where she was less fluffy, and then like did the animation to where she was super fluffy, and and the power up plays. I think that's when we get new subscribers on the Backloggery stream.
I'll have to check it out. I love the look of this first boss. So the first boss in like the Genesis version, that was like one of those screenshots I saw in magazines that made me think like, oh, that's the power of the Genesis. It's the first boss in Altered Beast.
Well, when the dude like scaled up in size, that was actually really smooth.
Yeah. I guess I just have a soft spot for Altered Beast though, for sure. I remember playing it at Eckerd Drugs.
Really? They had arcade cabinets?
It was like out where all the where like the gumball machines were and stuff. Did you have Eckerd Drugs? It was Eckerd Drug like a nationwide place?
Oh, sure.
Really?
I mean, I don't know if it was like.
It was like Eckerd and like Phase Drugs was another one. But I specifically remember playing Altered Beast at Eckerd Drugs.
Eckerd was all over the place. That was, that was where you got your photos developed.
Huh. Oh, come on, no. I think you just kick the heads. You just kick the heads right off these snakes.
I don't think Eckerd is around anymore. I think
there's
they
like
bought by Rite Aid or something.
Oh, I'm sure, because there was like none of the old. Okay, so Henry Clark is saying CVS took over them a long time ago. Yeah, like all those drugstore places are all bought by either probably CVS and Walgreens. Oh, look, there's the chicken leg. The chicken leg was kind of an unofficial Sega arcade mascot, or Sega 16 mascot, because they used like the chicken legs are in Golden Axe also.
They were the Sid of Sega arcade games.
The chicken legs, that's right. Oh, jeez. Get him. When you continue, the voice says, "Never give up."
The voice in Altered Beast is fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, it's likely the only thing that people really remember about the game. It's for all the people that don't like the game for other reasons. Yeah. They like the voices, I would dare to say, are iconic.
They are. Absolutely.
Never give up. There's the white wolf. See, at least there's the big muscular guy, like the ultra muscular guy, has like slightly more realistic proportions in this version, but in the Genesis version, his head is so small compared to his body. Like it looks small here, but it's like really, really small in the Genesis version. I mean, it's good that this guy, like, that he resets after every level. I feel like he'd have a hard time doing anything other than punching the heads off of snakes. Like, it's impressive he can even get his leg that far off the ground with how muscular they are. There it is. The were-dragon's always been my favorite. It's just like the most overpowered. It's the most OP of all of them, I guess.
Oh yeah, see. This is the thing that I've played this far into the game before, but it's a thing that I tend to forget. Like, oh right, there's more than just the level 1.
Yeah.
Like, most people, that's probably the only one they see.
I mean, you've seen the bear, right?
Yeah.
The bear is like.
It's
ultra fluffy.
I played a good way into this, I think, on the 3DS collection.
Oh, okay. It's ultra fluffy though. I mean it's surprisingly fluffy, considering the context.
That like growing transformation is like actually really good.
Yeah, the way that it scales up.
Yeah, like the animation in this arcade version is like so much better than the Genesis, really.
Yeah,
Like it's.
but
it's
at the
actually
time,
pretty-
I mean, I see. Marc Dell in the chat is saying, I like this in the arcade, but I think I'd be bummed to get this for the Genesis. But I mean, as a pack-in game, it's kind of it's a pretty great pack-in game, I think.
I don't know. I mean, when you've got Super Mario World in comparison,
Right, but you don't have that for another 2
a
years.
couple of years, yeah.
I mean, that in a lot of ways upped the ante of what a pack-in game.
These vertically walking giant ants are unsettling.
Yeah, look at that turtle though. I just really want. This is the level with the bear, so I'm just trying to get to it.
Like a turtle slug.
Yeah.
Mario World best pack-in game.
I
I mean,
would probably say
I
so.
don't know. I don't know if this is a popular opinion, but I like Mario 1 more than Mario World. But Mario World is fantastic and definitely like, I mean, obviously a significantly more content in Mario World.
Right. I like Mario World. Mario World is my favorite 2D Mario.
I think that's probably the most popular opinion. That Mario World is the best 2D Mario. I mean, you know, for me, you know, it would be 3-1 World. Like the aesthetic of Mario World is like so hit and miss for me.
Do you think it doesn't look like a 16-bit game?
Well, I mean, obviously it doesn't use a lot of colors, of course, but
Right.
like it's.
But I do
more-
remember seeing screenshots for it and thinking like, this does not look like something I would expect for the Super Nintendo. It did not seem like it was
Yeah,
that much. It
I
does
mean-
not seem like that much of an improvement.
It's definitely a fairly humble game in terms of its ambitions, I guess. But I mean, it's more like the art from an art design standpoint. Like I feel like the sprites, a lot of the sprites look weird. The Goombas especially, you know, which like they look so weird that like they've been reintroduced to Mario and they're called Galoombas now. Like they just look so weird. The bipedal Koopa Troopas definitely a win though.
Oh, here we go. There he is. I mean, just like him standing there, he's like, look at how fluffy he is. I mean, he does not look threatening, or even intimidating, or even.
Look at all those wild hairs coming off of his legs too.
I know, and just like the way when he like falls in the air, like his legs are like together, the way that they look when they are together. But his breath, it like turns certain things to turns them to stone. Look at look at him strutting his stuff when he just walks around. I mean, doesn't it just like kind of make you want to pet him a little bit?
I don't know. He still looks pretty horrified. Especially that still pose where he's all.
Look at me, he's like down like this. Look at him. I just like his walking animation.
Welcome to your doom.
The voice is different too. Where he says, "Welcome to your doom." I'm gonna make a save right here, so I have the werebear immediately accessible should I ever need to see it.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, here's another tape mode shooter. I've never played this before, ever. I know the name though, Scramble Spirits, but I've never played it.
Wow, the pixels look really small. Is this like a 480p game or something?
No.
It's just that the pixels look so small.
I guess they just designed them that way for this one.
Or, I mean, I guess, well, you know, there's some, I don't really know what the resolution's used, but there are some games, like I think Rampage is a pretty high resolution game. I'm sure people in the chat know a lot more about arcade resolutions than I do.
There's a lot of resolution.
I discovered that when we were doing the Games Within Games episode. I was like, wow, like what is going on with Rampage is like weirdly dense pixels.
The 24 hertz. Oh, look at it. That's kind of cool. Like it zooms in.
Do 24 hertz games
I think Mortal Kombat
high resolution?
is 24 hertz. That's kind of cool, the way it scales in and out.
Yeah.
It's like it's claim to fame, perhaps. I do wonder if Sega just did this in house, or what.
Probably not.
But I do feel like it's surprising it does not have certain options that you would expect, though. Because, I mean, yes, it wasn't M2, but it seems like they would say, hey, let's try to make this as close to something that M2 would do as possible.
I think it's extremely unlikely Sega did this in-house. Like, I just don't think... I mean, you know, I know Nintendo has, like, the NERD, the Nintendo European Research and Development, but... like aside from that, like I kind of have this feeling that there's not a lot of in-house emulation going on at the big companies.
I'm not a huge fan of this game. Of Monster Lair.
I would like to try a little more of it. Seems okay.
It's just... I don't know.
Isn't the TurboGrafx version like the only home console version that came out in the US?
I think so, yeah.
The Genesis version didn't come out.
Do you have the Genesis version? Or the Mega Drive version? Did you get that?
No.
Oh, I bought it when we were in Japan.
I technically have I mean, I don't have it on my backloggery or anything, but I have a loose, a rough condition, loose disc of this that was in the package with my PC Engine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I mean, it's just, you know, it's a loose disc.
Can't have loose games on your backlog,
Can't
right?
have loose discs on my backlog. On my shelf, so. It was one of the discs that I looked at to try to find bit rot for Analog Frontiers Part 2. The other loose game that was randomly in the box with my PC Engine was Shin Megami Tensei, and that was That was the one I used for the bit rot. It was the only one I could find that had anything that seemed to be bit rot. There was some comment, someone saying, that's not bit rot, that's something. But I showed it to several people who said, oh yeah, that's bit rot.
This guy is
Mark Dell, a $2 super chat asking, what Sega games do you feel like this is missing? Are there any
Gosh.
obvious lacks in this?
I don't think the Outrun is in this. I mean, certainly, like, I want to say, like, Space Harrier is in this. I would love it if I had Afterburner. I mean, let me see if Outrun is in it. I don't think the Outrun is in this. So it's definitely missing Outrun and Afterburner for sure. Oh, Moonwalker. Moonwalker would be fun to license. This is a game that I've gotten a little bit of a...
discovered you liked.
Yeah.
What is up with used PS1 games? None of my discs have disc rot, but many games I have seen out in the wild and from others say they are bad. I've never heard of it being a problem with PS1 games. Yet. There was a video store, or a game store somewhat near me that I discovered in the past year or so actually has a somewhat large YouTube subscriber count. And they posted a video where some guy had brought in this huge folder of, like, I don't know, like 200 some GameCube discs that was bought at a flea market. They all were just like, you hold them up to the light and they were wrecked. Like all of them. Like,
every last one of them?
Huh?
Every last one of them?
Maybe. Like it was, they were in horrible shape. You know, when I was recording my my on cam stuff earlier, I was trying to put different games in the background, and you know, a lot of the games that I was talking about couldn't actually be displayed on, you know, I had the CRTs in the background instead of, since I shot upstairs. You know, a lot of games that I talked about, you know, were HD games. And so, like, a lot of times I had, like, related games on screen. So if I'm talking about Dragon Quest, you know, I just had some Super Nintendo and NES Dragon Quest games on screen. Talking about God of War Reboot. You know, I just had God of War 1 on the screen. And I don't have like a section where I talk in depth about Silent Hill 3, but that was a game that I played. And I mentioned it offhand in one of my on-camera segments, so I had it on screen. And one of my, what is it, 7001? Is that the model? The first Slim?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I've got two of those.
Jeez.
And one of them could not load Silent Hill 3. But the other one could. The disc looks pretty good, but I think it's more an indication of the system having trouble. Because I play it on a fat
Crackdown.
in October, and it worked fine. Oh, we got a $5 super chat from Jose Romero. Thank you. Saying, what's the next videos you guys are working after the Game of the Year video? Well, I am, as we've said before, for my editing, I'm going full time into Analog Frontiers. No sort of side excursions to work on any other videos for me. I'm working on Analog Frontiers 3, 4, 5 until they are done. And my hope is that will be, sometime in the spring that they will be done.
But we'll be releasing them as you finish them.
Yes. We'll be releasing them as they finish, but it is embarrassing that they aren't done this year. I thought I wouldn't have believed you that I would have had such a hard time with it. But I'm in a really good editing groove right now, and we've kind of made this decision that I am just getting them done without. A big part of the problem was I took that side step to work on the I did that. We did the Game Boy IPS mod stuff. We did the Mario 64 video. We just had all of these side steps that distracted me from getting it done. And so not doing that anymore. But Coury's going to work on several videos. I don't know if you for sure know what your next one's going to be. You want to do a few casual things as well, but in terms of your next sort of scripted video, you're kind of planning to do Mode and Mister.
Well, Mode is going to be probably my next video. I'm glad that it took me a little bit longer because now I'm going to have the opportunity to show PS1 stuff in it, which I don't think that there's been any videos that have come out that have showcased the PS1 functionality. Mm-hmm. So that kind of gives a little bit of a unique spin on it. And then after that, I think I'm going to go I'm going to do the Mister video. It's going to be my... that is a video that I am super excited to do. Yes, it's intimidating, but that is that's when I say I want to be able to be I want to spend the time on videos that I'm excited to do, and a Mister video is a video that I am extremely excited to do, and that's going to be a beefy video, but I'm excited. I just think it's going to be a lot of fun to make. It's kind of intimidating. Oh, God, sorry.
There was $1.99 from Colt Odell saying, "What's your guys' favorite mini console?" In terms of presentation, having interpolation. The only one I know of with interpolation is the SNES Mini.
Yeah, I feel unhacked and everything like that. I feel that the SNES Mini is the best mini console that was released.
Yeah,
it's the most fully featured in games. I just think
the game lineup is insane. Although it's not all that useful to me because I've got all the good ones there.
Yeah.
But the game lineup is outstanding. It's less than the NES, of course, but the interpolation is what.
But every single game on it is good.
Yeah, I've got the Japanese one though, so it's kind of fun to have some.
And the controller is really well made. Just everything about it is I think it's easily.
I've used that controller. Well, I used it. I used it last week. I used it last week through the 8-Bit Doji Bros.
Right.
For CDI Zelda. So I've used it as a PC controller a bunch,
Yeah.
It's great to have. But in terms of what is more useful to me, I feel the game lineups on the Genesis Mini and the TurboGrafx Mini are certainly more diverse, and definitely more full of things that I don't already own. The Nintendo ones, I've got a pretty full featured Nintendo collection, but my PC Engine and Genesis collections could stand to be more. So, I feel those are good, I do think the Genesis Minis lineup is pretty incredible. I mean, when it was announced, I want to say there was no other way to play no re-release of Contra Hardcore or Castlevania Bloodlines, but then those came out on the collections, I believe, before the Genesis Mini. But I think it was announced first, and that was like kind of like what? There was 999 from Kraken Soup.
Oh, thank you. The Kraken.
Saying, Corey, how does it look on the actual device screen?
I think it looks really good on the device screen, and the build of the unit is really good. It's got like micro switches, stick, and everything.
Even the little one, like the little stick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think the unit on the unit looks really good. The scan lines might not be perfect, but you got to really get into to see any problem with them. It's small enough that it looks okay for general use for sure.
You know,
should I play with the scan lines for a second? Maybe I'll play. I'll go back. I'll turn on the scan lines while I play Golden Axe.
Why not? You know, speaking of how it looks on the device screen, I managed to. I don't know if they're still difficult to get, but they, again, the Mario Game & Watch was at least was difficult to get for a little while, and
Does that look terrible?
it looks. I don't know if it looks this way on the TV, but over the stream, it kind of looks like the scan lines are every other line.
Well, I don't even think I think that they're blurry too.
I'm sure that it's not really conveying what it's like in person over the stream here.
That's pretty bad.
But anyway, what I was saying was I had one of the Game & Watches sent. I managed to order it, and I thought, well, I'll just have it delivered to my parents' house, and I'll say they can give it to me for Christmas, even though I paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I finally, got to use it a little bit, and honestly, I mean, there is sort of a shimmer to it, but I honestly couldn't say whether that shimmer could possibly actually be interpolation. It's just like not all that well implemented. But I would really have to look at it under my macro lens to really tell, because like it's so small.
Yeah, it becomes hard to tell.
It's really hard to tell because it's really tiny. I mean, I don't think it's as tiny as the Game Gear Mini, but it's pretty small.
I think it's much bigger than the Game Gear Mini.
Do you have one?
I do now, yeah.
Oh, the Game & Watch?
Yeah. I haven't really used it yet, though.
Ben Brody had $2 asking about a game you already played on here. How is Space Harrier on this? Don't lie, be honest.
I mean, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it's certainly doesn't have any of the M2 enhancements, like a widescreen mode or anything, but
since it's a Z-axis game,
yeah, I mean,
it have a shimmer issue.
Yeah, the only real issues, and I noticed it like the first time I die, and Joe mentioned this on GameStack and his review of it. The death scream doesn't seem to happen every time you die.
Huh.
Like it's just like an emulation glitch.
There was also we also got a new member, Zero Beast.
Oh, thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. And then Ben Brody again, saying, try. Of course, the little joystick has micro switches. Have you seen how small that thing is? Be serious. Also, how good was Christmas? Get anything good? I mean, I have not seen the thing in person, so I mean, I've not seen the Astro City Mini in person, so I really couldn't say what I would expect from it. Christmas was pretty good. I mean, a lot of it was stuff that, like the Game & Watch, I just had it shipped to my parents' house and said, you can hold on to it for Christmas. But I did get Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity and Puyo Puyo Tetris 2.
I didn't even know that Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 was out. I knew it was coming, but I didn't know it was.
I mean, it's such a weird thing to exist. You know, it's kind of funny. I mean, I started the story.
Like, what is it? What could they possibly add to it?
There's kind of this. I think it's a little too complicated, to be honest. But there's a new mode where you can build a party. Like, you can build like a few like loadouts of parties, basically, that you can choose before you start a match in this style. But there is a new mode where it's kind of got this RPG element where you I'm going to call it out because I see it on stream and I don't think it'd be in the chat. Edward Rosenberg pledged $20 on Patreon.
Oh, thank you. Jeez.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Very appreciated.
Be sure to link your Discord to your Patreon.
Yes.
Got a pretty active community there, I think.
Yeah. The MLiG Patreon is Discord is
it's one of the perk. It's the perk.
But yeah, there's this mode where you have like a party of 3 characters and you can you have like MP and HP. You can activate their skills by pressing X, Y, or ZR.
Mm-hmm.
And like you can like heal HP or turn certain Poyos into another color of Poyo, or increase attack, increase defense. And basically each character has a life bar that, in addition to getting junk blocks sent to each other, you're also like taking off each other's HP. I feel it's maybe a little complicated, but I mean, the story mode is kind of weird because, I mean, obviously the story in all those Poyo games is very, very throwaway.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be anything serious at all. It's very stupid. But like, kind of the unfortunate thing was, like the first game ended with like the Puyo Puyo characters and the Tetris characters forgetting that they ever met each other. And so now, like, I don't know if they ever thought they would actually make a sequel. And so now it's kind of like...
Is that the story of the second one?
It's like kind of like the story is like, they're meeting each other again, but they've met before. And they're like, all this seems so familiar. And it kind of makes you think, well, maybe they could have made a marginally more interesting story if, like, they didn't have to follow up on this, like, we forgot each other plot.
Yeah. But who's playing Puyo Tetris 2 for the plot?
No. But it just made me think that it would be a little...
Puyo Tetris 2, best storyline.
The story mode would be a little more bearable if it was at least, something a little different.
Yeah, I gotta turn these scan lines off.
Why don't you go turn off scan lines?
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay, good.
I guess I'll use maybe I'll use a different wallpaper. I'll use this one. I haven't seen this one. Just so we can play E-SWAT. The ultimate factor in the battle against crime. E-SWAT. This is one of those games that I bought the Genesis version based on what the arcade game looked like. I never played the arcade game back in the day. It's kind of cool that it's 2-player simultaneous.
Didn't you say that the thing that sold you was the shot of him like pointing his gun upward?
Oh yeah, like this.
Yeah. He's got it's a very unique pose. It's not how game characters normally aim up.
Yeah.
Like, it's very realistic. But
yeah,
you just don't see that pose very often.
No.
Where he like actually turns his back. Like, it's Sega International Bank. I mean, the Genesis version of this is really good. It's pretty hard though.
Did you finish it or no?
No, I haven't finished it. Drum keeps wanting to, play it at the same time on the backloggery.
Oh,
stream.
he's kind of interested in it.
Oh, he has it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
He has it in some form. Yeah, he keeps trying to talk me into playing it, but I keep chickening out. He kept trying to get me to play Shadow Dancer for so long too, and I kept chickening out. And finally,
you're like, oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, we finished it a few weeks ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No. Was not that bad.
No, I mean, you seeing me finish on.
That's what made me feel like, oh, this is probably not as hard as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I still haven't beaten Shinobi 1 on Master System though.
That's a much harder game than.
Yeah, I might have got to like the 4th level maybe. That big guy that you beat in the first level made me think of the fire-breathing guys in Streets of Rage.
Maybe. I mean, it's very possible. I mean, the cop car in this is kind of like the cop car from Streets of Rage 1.
No. I mean, no. There was $5 from Whiskey Vengeance.
Thank you.
For a second, I was about to say Whiskey Revengeance. Saying these games any better than running them on MAME? Worth it if you don't care about the aesthetics. Oh. I mean, I would assume MAME is probably.
Well,
better.
actually, I mean, there is some stuff, I guess, that in this collection that runs better on here than it does in MAME.
Oh, really? Well, the thing is, my understanding is MAME is not, MAME is really not about playing games. It's about documentation and preservation. And it's, I don't know a lot about arcade emulators, but there's like Final Burn Neo.
Right.
I know you can use that in RetroArch. Drum and Len and I have played like the D&D arcade brawlers in Final Burn Neo, and it runs very well. It's not a project is focused on documentation, I don't believe, but it's more focused on playability, I think. So I would assume. I would assume when you see arcade collections, it's probably not really running in a manner similar to MAME. It's probably, more like trying to be a faster emulator. I mean, my understanding is MAME is kind of difficult to use, and so
look at it, just his face inside the pseudo armor. He's like, I got this. He's like smiling about it. He's like, I got my pseudo armor. Now I don't have to take the car anywhere. I get to, and not only that, but he's like got the suit of armor on, and his face is still sticking out of it. Like his face is completely bare.
That's good. Jason in the chat is saying on Astro City Mini is impossible to beat Quartet because the emulation is broken. This takes place at the 15th level.
On MAME or on this? On the Astro City Mini?
At Astro City Mini.
Oh, really? Wow, that's surprising. That they would.
I was talking earlier about I was listening to the latest Retro RGB podcast. He was saying something about what was it, an SA1 patch for Mario World?
Yeah.
Some new version where having the extra processing power actually makes a lot of levels harder because I guess like enemy spawning behavior is in some
That guy was,
to
like,
some
flying.
extent governed by like hardware limitations. So when you remove that, like I guess like more enemies can spawn. That was I'm not sure if I totally understood correctly, but that was my impression of what he was saying, and that's kind of fascinating to think about if that's actually what it's like.
That guy was running away from me. He was like running super fast. There's no way I could ever catch up in this suit of armor.
The level design looks like it's radically different from the Genesis.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely much worse than the Genesis game. I always thought it looked better. Like I always assumed it was gonna be better, but I mean, I guess that's something I've come to realize. And in a lot of ways, like,
still looks fine.
Like as good as a lot of Sega's arcade games were, a lot of the home versions were a lot better.
Well, I mean that I would say that there's no system where that trend was truer than the NES. I mean, the games that tried to be very literal to the arcade were often not as good as the ones like Contra that completely reimagined the game for home play.
Yeah. I like that I'm inside this building as it's collapsing, but I also have nowhere bullets left, so I just have to kick. Oh, I gotta go after Rats Lee.
Are you too tired to bark about that, Sandy?
They couldn't even be bothered to fix up my cybernetic suit in between missions.
You're a sleepy pupper. Oh, sleepy pupper.
I mean, there's no jetpack in this at all. There's no burner in this one.
Oh, is that what they call it?
Yeah, the burner. E-SWAT. All right.
Do they say that on the tile screen here?
No.
Oh, just the Genesis version?
All right, so this is... It's cool they included the arcade version of Shadow Dancer on here because...
Look at that dog.
Yeah. I mean, this is just one of those games. Like, my arcade had this, but I never really saw it anywhere else.
It's completely different from the Genesis.
Oh, completely. Yes. I mean, this is it's much more like the original Shinobi than even
Shadow Dancer is very much like the original.
It is, but this is even more similar, I think.
I mean, this is actually looking a lot more similar than I thought it would. Even though, like, I mean,
to Shinobi or to the Genesis version?
The Genesis version. Like, I thought the gameplay was going to be totally different.
Oh no, it's the same gameplay. It's just
This is a game though that I usually hear people say that the Genesis version is much better.
Yeah. Hiya! Hiya!
I don't know if how it works in this one, but whenever there's an enemy on screen in the Genesis version, the dog just like barks constantly, even if you can't do anything about it. He just goes woof 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 woof.
Yeah, in this one you can't really charge it up. It like kind of has a mind of its own.
Oh really?
I like when it gets hurt though, and it turns into this like tiny little dog. Like
puppy.
It's like even smaller than like.
It kind of does just look like a little dog and not a puppy, really.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can't like send the dog after anything like at will. Like it just does it when it feels like.
Well, in the Genesis version, the dog can get hurt unless it fails at a manual action that you send it. Like I don't think it, is hurt by enemies otherwise.
Yeah, I love the death yell though. He's like, ooh, ooh. He just goes, ooh.
The levels are pretty short in this.
Yeah.
But also, you're not really going over a terribly long span of area here.
Right.
Like, you're just in the airport. The line scrolling parallax is pretty good. Like, look in the sky.
Oh, yeah. I never even noticed that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like the dog is just like... Everyone just stands there. Like its tail.
I mean, I don't know.
Like that's a happy dog.
I mean, I think this looks a lot better than I thought it would. Like, I kind of want to try it now.
But the dog just kind of has a mind of its own. Oh, come on. I was trying to turn around.
It's weird that jet engine is just like a black hole.
The jet engine?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't look at jet engines every day.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Continue now and get 2 ninja magics.
Wow.
Going all out.
That's incentive.
Yeah. We don't give this deal to anybody. Only if you continue now. All right.
What if there's like so many dip switches for different deals that they could give you? Do you have access to any dip switches in this?
No. What? Are you kidding?
Well,
Oh, we gotta do.
Doesn't the M2 stuff do that?
Yeah. So I was like the girl because she has the flamethrower.
I get this game and Alien Syndrome confused all.
Yeah. Have you played the Genesis version of this?
No.
Oh, this is awesome. This is not in the Alien bust. That's awesome. I've never played the arcade version of this.
That is awesome.
Where it's like alien burgers and it changes to busters.
That's amazing, actually. Do you like the Genesis version of this?
You know what? It was a disappointment to me when it came out. But I've grown to like it quite a bit over the years. I mean, it's like Golden Axe with guns.
I'm having a hard time understanding the mechanics here. Like,
It's just
doing a bunch of different attacks, but
I know it's because they're combo attacks.
I see.
Like it's literally Golden Axe
with. It
with
doesn't look like what you would expect.
because it's like Golden Axe with guns.
Because it looks like you're shooting over all these enemies' heads at first. You know?
Well, I think for like the small ones, like it just like does certain things, but you'll see if I do certain attacks, it's like a combo. It's like boom, boom, boom. See why the sound effects are so loud, you can't hear any of the music at all. And then it goes to these modes. It goes to first person. Shoot.
That intro is amazing.
Yeah, it's surprisingly awesome, right? I've never seen it before.
Oh, look at this first person action. Is this in the Genesis version?
Yep.
Probably doesn't look nearly as good.
No, but I mean it's it's certainly good enough. That's cool. So does this kind of make you want to play the Genesis version a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a good co-op game for like on the backloggery.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some.
Oh, there's some CRTs. That van is awesome.
Yeah.
You think there was ever a toy of that van?
No, I mean, probably not, but that's a real missed opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like that the super attack is literally just like a missile, like hits in the middle of the screen. It's like a nuke.
I really like the text that pops up on screen, like "go" and stuff. Like it definitely has more flair than your typical arcade. You know, I always thought that Final Fight's move right sound effect always sounded like a seal. You know.
Yeah. So there's no jump in it. It's just a dodge.
Huh?
There's no jump in this. It just has dodge, like a roll.
I feel like I preferred rolling to jumping in a brawler.
But you can do like the dive then. Attack. I do like it.
Especially I'm thinking like a 3D brawler. I can't think of a lot of 2D brawlers like that.
Right.
But
Oh, so now that I like this because now you're like running. Look how fast she's running. She's flying, man. I mean, why do you even need the van at this point?
because it's awesome.
Yes, it is awesome. But if you're running this fast, she's like running faster than that van could ever be going.
Alien burgers. Do you think that the burgers they sell are actually alien meat? Like, are they? Like, is the main reason they're doing this to get more meat rather than?
That would be a pretty good storyline.
Save the Earth.
I sort of wonder if that's like how the ending is like. But I like that they're like the robot character is like Alien Burgers. Like he's like a server. Like he delivers the food to the tables. Oh, that monitor had Golden Axe characters on it. The other one in the background said Crackdown.
Oh.
F1 GP. I want to see us on these TVs. So there's Shinobi's on that TV. And Tetris is on that TV. Super Monaco GP. You see, look at the Tetris on the TV.
I don't know if that was really Tetris.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be. I mean.
Oh wait, no, it is. Okay, it is. You're right. It is.
It's just like, and there's Golden Axe right there. It's a T-Rex.
You know, one of those Switch demos that I downloaded. What was it called? I think it was called Tetris Escape.
Tetris.
Huh?
It was called Tetris.
Tetra, like the Wind Waker character.
Oh, I see.
Tetris Escape, and it was like, it was really bad. I mean, it wasn't the worst or anything, but it had a very mobile game quality to it. But
we got another cutscene.
Like a
the robot's carrying its own head on a platter. Sorry. Oh, now they got a flying car. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
But anyway, basically like different, your characters turn into like different Tetris shapes, you know, to navigate the way to the goal. And I want to say they actually call them Tetraminos, which, like, I don't know if like Tetramino is like a real term, but I would have assumed that would be a term that's like, you know, copyrighted by the Tetris company. But maybe there is like an actual like geometric term for that. I don't know.
She says, "Let's get them."
Yeah, I mean tetra means 4, but like to call them Tetraminos, I always thought it was Tetramino, but the characters in Puyo Puyo Tetris say Tetramino.
Oh, does they have voice acting?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's actually, I mean, as stupid as the story is, like, and like, you know, the voice acting is like very, very anime, but you can also kind of tell that the actors kind of had fun with it.
Right.
The translators kind of had some fun with it. It's really, really stupid though. And you know, the conversations go on for way longer than is necessary, but I mean, that's kind of what you expect from games like these.
Yeah. I miss the days where cutscenes are a single screen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the old Puyo games were that way too. You know, I mean, they were just like a couple of word bubbles. So, are there 3 playable characters in this?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought there were only 2 in the Genesis game.
Nope, it has all 3. Those things almost look like alien version of the chicken leg.
Maybe they are.
Maybe.
I love how the chicken leg is in. Or I don't remember if the actual chicken leg was in it or if it was just referenced in Dynamite Cop. Remember, like right toward the end of you know the second game, Dynamite Deca 2, like on the island, there was like some sign that was about chicken legs.
I'm sure that is definitely a reference to it.
Oh, it definitely is.
I wonder if there's an action figure of the chicken leg. Oh, look at her jump off the bridge. Look at her. She also does like a cool like flip jump when you're running.
Sega chicken leg figure. I'm looking it up.
I would definitely buy an action figure of the chicken leg if it existed.
Oh my gosh.
What is there?
New Sega Retro Game Series soft vinyl Sofubi collection, Golden Axe chicken leg. Buy one, 217.98 cents each.
Nope. Is there a chicken leg plushies? I'd buy a chicken leg plushie.
Ooh. Chicken leg plushie.
That's gonna be a hard thing to find. I'm sure there's chicken leg.
Oh, I'm bringing up pictures of like actual like
chicken leg
plushies.
Which is tempting in its own right.
It definitely is. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I feel like in the past year or two, I have come to a much greater appreciation of like chicken wings than I had before. Like, you know, don't get me wrong. I love some chicken wings and stuff, but I always felt like, you know, like I love the sauce. Like I love buffalo sauce.
Yeah.
But like, you know, if you gave me a choice of having wings or tenders with that sauce, I'd probably choose the tenders. But I've started to appreciate wings for their own merits a little bit. a little bit more.
You gotta put in a little bit more work with them.
Well, yeah, and it's overall less, it's less food.
Yeah.
But like in particular, like I've started to really appreciate. Like I've always like never really understood like, why do pizza places sell wings? Like pizza and wings. I always that combination never made sense to me.
Ooh, we got a boss here. It's like it has like a Freddy Krueger face on it.
Lately, what I've been doing is I've been ordering like buffalo wings with pizza, and then just like dipping my pizza in, like eating the wings first, and then dipping my pizza in the remaining sauce. It's real good. Like not even just the crust,
Whoa.
just like dipping the whole, dipping the main body of the pizza.
You're just dipping it.
Just dipping it.
Just dipping it. This thing's gonna take me and dip me in some wing sauce before it eats me.
Is someone from the Buffalo area? Like, do you have like a particular affinity for buffalo sauce?
Oh yeah, I enjoy it quite a bit.
I mean, it's definitely.
It's like a little fist comes out of his gut.
Definitely my go-to spicy sauce.
Oh yeah.
Although,
Geez, there's 3 forms. It's like the last boss or something.
I have to
Nuke
say,
it from orgasm. I might be sure.
I have enjoyed the Nashville hot chicken that's kind of become a thing in recent years. It's pretty good too.
The voice in this just goes, "That's disgusting." Their voice it goes, "That's disgusting."
Is it as good as Regina's voice clip when she says that?
I don't know.
Well, that's disgusting.
I'm gonna hear it. What did she say? she just goes, disgusting. Disgusting. Let's get him.
Does she say that? Let's get him?
Yeah. Jeez. This is like, oh, okay. I was gonna say, is there another form?
I mean, I don't know. That thing looks like it might make some good alien burgers.
I mean that car, the flying car, like literally did not help me at all. It has like these cannons on it. Aliens UFO. That's disgusting. I mean, these things, it's like gremlins, essentially. Gonna be dipping them in dipping it. And then,
I played I played a little bit of the Gremlins Atari game for the NT Mini Noir episode, and I absolutely love how the Atari Gizmo looks.
Yeah.
It's like terrible looking in some ways, but it's like you can totally tell that's Gizmo.
Yeah.
Totally looks like Gizmo.
You know what? The only thing that really bothers me about this, I wonder if this version, is the arcade version 3 players? Because that's disgusting.
No.
I am not a fan of games that have the game title's logo as like part of their UI.
Yeah, it's a little tasteless, I guess.
When games like this, like, oh, we have this blank space. What do we do? Let's put the game's title right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a tease if they have 3 characters and you can't actually play 3 players. Like,
That's
I can
disgusting.
understand when you have 4 characters if it can't be 4 players, but like when it's only 3 characters, it's like, come on, go the
Yeah.
extra mile and make it a 3-player,
Yeah.
But it's definitely not looking very 3-player to me. Even though it looks like they maybe tried, but then it was just like, oh, it's not going to work.
Let's get them.
I just realized it's gonna be the last stream of 2020.
Yeah. Oh, look at. There's chickens. There's chickens in these boxes. When I shoot them, the chickens come flying out. Like I'm freeing them. I'm straight up freeing them from their certain doom.
I'm not seeing it. Are you sure they're chickens?
Oh, they're definitely chickens.
Oh, on the bottom. Okay.
Hey, well, they come flying out when I shoot the packages.
Okay, I see them now. I was having a hard time parsing it at first.
They're the Bok chickens. Here they come. You don't see them flying out?
Yeah, I see them now, and they're on the bottom too.
Yeah.
I just I saw something brown, but I couldn't figure out what it was.
Oh, there's some more. I mean, too bad I can't fry them.
What's the game that goes chicken?
Tekken, like the Tekken Force mode. In Tekken 3, you can pick up the chicken. Because Tekken Force is kind of like a brawler, and it goes chicken.
I didn't know there was another Tekken brawler. I thought it was just that. What's that? Was it Nina? Is that her name?
Oh, it's like, well, Tekken Force, like, it was a bonus game. It was an unlockable in Tekken 3.
Oh.
The Namco games used to have like crazy unlockables like that.
Yeah. I learned that. What was it? It's called like. What's the Nina game called? It's like Dead something.
It's not like Death by Degrees or something like that.
Death by Degrees. That's it. Like I don't know. Like someone informed me that it was a right stick brawler, and kind of like grabbed by the ghoulies, and that intrigued me. And so I looked up a video. I mean, I thought it looked like it could be kind of fun.
Isn't that one Jet Li game, that Jet Li PS1 game?
I think so.
Double skip.
Is it
like
PS1?
That was, or maybe it's PS2. It's like Rise to Honor or something like that. I think that's
doubt
like.
It would be a PS1 game because I'm not aware of
Yeah,
anything
maybe it was PS2.
It requires DualShock.
But that was a.
There is a Jet. You're right. There is a Jet Li.
And that was like one of the first ones to kind of do that.
Yeah, I love that idea. Like to me, it feels really good to play. I don't know. I don't think that.
If you see that somewhere, you should.
Got all that good of reviews when it came out, but I'm kind of.
But maybe yeah. Like I bet I've heard that it's good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
Sniper Mike UK says, so Coury has a room dedicated to just mini consoles now. No, I mean basically they are just like in their boxes, like along the top of my shelves.
They're collector's novelties, I guess.
Yeah.
Just like the Game & Watch. I mean, probably the Game & Watch, the Mario Game & Watch, more than any of them is just a novelty.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm actually going to do it, but I was entertaining the idea of like actually using the Game & Watch as an alarm clock, but I don't know if I will. I did think about it though. I mean, it's kind of neat though how like if you put it in sleep mode, it like, remembers where you were in the game. I guess as long as the battery doesn't totally drain, probably. So,
well, CDL is saying that I just got eaten by that thing. It's the clock doesn't stay on. It's like,
really?
I'm inside the alien ship.
I mean, I guess it would. You know, if the LCD had to stay on all the time.
Yeah, how long does the battery last on it?
Hmm?
I wonder how long the battery lasts on it.
I have no idea. I mean, when I first got out, I put it on charge for a while, and then, like, after I started playing for just a few minutes, like, I noticed that the battery wasn't full, so I don't know if it drains really fast or if it just hadn't finished charging. But I mean, I assume that you could still use it as an alarm clock. I assume it would keep track of time and, you know, wake up at the time it's supposed to. I kind of like the artwork on it when you boot it up, though. Like, I don't know if that's totally original artwork. I'd never seen it before. It actually had Mario with a brown shirt under his red overalls, which I don't think I've ever actually seen represented in, like, official artwork, even though, you know, that's how he looks in the game, obviously.
I guess I'll try Collins for a little bit.
Oh, you're not going to... Aren't you on the last level of Alien Storm?
I'm not going to finish it.
I wanted to see...
What the ending had? I made a save.
I wanted to see if they were gonna sell the burgers, the aliens as burgers.
I'll play Columns for just a minute.
Oh, is Puyo Puyo on here?
Yeah.
Which one?
I think he has like 2 of them on here.
What are the rules of columns? Like, is it 4 vertical?
It's 3. It's always 3.
3. I haven't played much of it, but I thought the quest mode in columns 3 seemed interesting.
It's like your new big passion is story modes and puzzle games.
You know, it's so funny. Like, I used to be so into, like, I mean, not like, I mean, I wouldn't have considered it like a main genre or anything, but I when I was a kid, I played games like Tetris and Kirby's Avalanche and Wario's Woods and Tetris Attack. Like, I considered myself a fan of puzzle games, and then as I got older, like I just didn't really think about games like that very much. Mm-hmm. And just in the past couple of years, like my frothing demand for puzzle games has increased. Has increased. Also, whoa, there was $20 from Exile.
Wow, thank you, Exile.
Saying, hey guys, glad I was able to catch the stream. Well, as I was just saying, it is the last stream of the year. Just hanging out with some Sega arcade games, I guess. But thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. All right, that's enough columns. Columns, like, I mean, it's okay. Move on to some.
It's fine.
Some Bonanza Bros.
Sniper Mike UK says tries getting to that age where board games are going to be a thing. You know, it was, kind of like I was saying before about like how I had no idea that like there's all these people out there that freaking love arcade sticks. Like I did not know, kind of the same thing, same realization. Like when we started going to game conventions, like I was like, oh, like board games are like a big thing. Like I always thought board games was, what your mom and your grandma wanted you to play with them,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that like, that board games are like this big thing among gamers. Like I didn't know, like, my childhood experience with board games, you know, tended to just be like, you know, just board games that kids play, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I never knew that they, you know, obviously I knew that there's like board games for adults, but I never knew there was like so much going on in like designing like new board games for adults, you know, and they've got, you know, much more complex scenarios and stuff. Like I just didn't know. So, you know, I would not say that love of board games is necessarily a getting old thing. It's just a different type of gaming that some people really like.
Yeah, I admit that I am not like the biggest board game fan.
No,
Just like, you know, like I'm not.
I like playing you know, I had a lot of fun, especially when you could play Wii games online. You know, Fortune Street is really fun. You know, I like playing the occasional video game board game, but like I just prefer a computer to keep track of stuff for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Rather than having to do it yourself. There's $5 from Dustin Kramer saying something that I'm completely unaware of, but would love to actually hear, which is the best Die Hard TV edit. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon, or yippee-ki-yay, Melon Farmer?
I
kind of like Melon Farmer.
I mean, my instinct says to say Melon Farmer, but I want to say I think that Mr. Falcon.
I mean, Mr. Falcon does make me think of Captain Falcon, which is funny to think about. Melon Farmer is pretty funny though. I've never heard that. Like, did Bruce Willis himself record that line? Because I feel I need to hear this.
Mr. Falcon.
This try must have not gone around to gaming shops where there were nights for board games, Warhammer 40,000 for miniatures, D&D, other nights. Yeah, I mean, I did not really go to like local game shops until after I went to my first, the first time I went to a gaming convention, which was, you know, MagFest, some many years ago, probably 2012.
There was a time
MagFest is like really, you know, a terrible convention for buying games at because there's just not that many people selling games. But like, it was the first time I had that experience of thumbing through retro games in person since, you know, FuncoLand existed.
Yeah.
And it just was exhilarating.
Yeah. That first year we went like real crazy with that. I went real crazy. You didn't buy anything until like the last day.
I was very conservative with it. I think I brought a certain amount of spending money. I didn't want to spend that much. I bought Dragon Warrior 3. I think I bought Dragon Warrior 3, the Mario Galaxy 2 Club Nintendo soundtrack. Maybe Super C, or that might have been the year before. Oh, I got Dragon Warrior 2 as well.
Right.
I think that might have been all I bought was Dragon Warrior 2, Dragon Warrior 3, and Mario Galaxy 2 soundtrack. But yeah, it was just like, I hadn't had that experience in so long, and it was so awesome. And you know, and then I just never thought to see, are there shops like this at home? There are. I just didn't know, you know, I didn't know about that. And of course, that MagFest was kind of when I discovered like, oh, like board gaming is a lot bigger than
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had any clue.
Right, I do remember that now.
Do you play board games with your kids at all?
No,
Or
I
do
just
they
don't
not
have a lot of
really
interest in it. Like my wife sometimes plays board games with them, but I mean, like, it doesn't do a lot for me.
But do they have interest?
Sometimes they have like other stupid like board games. There's one I can't remember what it's called, but it's like called like Pie Face or something like that, where you have it's like it's not really a board game. It's more of like a game that is just like a game of chance. But you have this like slingshot that you put like whipped cream on, and you have to put your face in this thing, and you like it's like roulette essentially, and you just take a chance, or like Russian roulette. You know, you're like you put your face in it, and you press this button, and it like spins, and a lot of times it will do nothing. Then the next person goes. But if you lose, and it falls on like one of the like the wrong color, it'll like take that big flinger of whipped cream and smash it in your face. It's stupid, but it's kind of hilarious. All right, Thunder Force AC.
Is one of the home Thunder Forces based on this?
I mean, this is based on Thunder Force 3, but also Thunder Spirits on the Super NES is based on this.
Wait, so
This is the arcade version of.
I didn't know that there was a Super Nintendo game related to Thunder Force.
Yeah, it's Thunder Spirits.
So wait, are you saying that the arcade game is a port of the console game?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that of Thunder Force 3. Yeah, it's different.
I mean, this is actually a very home console looking game.
Yeah.
Like, this looks like a Genesis game.
Yeah, there is a Sega Ages of this on Switch as well. But yeah, the Super Nintendo version, Thunder Spirits, is based on this.
Nice.
I mean, it really just like does look like a Genesis game, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't really have that arcade look to it at all. Like, you could totally convince me that this is just a Genesis game.
Well, it essentially is. It's really not doing very well.
I mean, the parallax is very, very, very simple here.
Do you want to continue?
Thunder Force AC runs on the Sega System C2 hardware, which uses the same VDP as the Genesis, though used on a different menu.
But they were able to port like a lot of it over from the Genesis, I guess. A lot of like the sprites and stuff.
You know, the title Thunder Force AC kind of makes me think of, you know, F-Zero GX and AX.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I mean, that was another similar situation of, you know, arcade hardware related, much like Naomi and Dreamcast, I guess. It's too bad, though. Like, I mean, I've been hearing a bit about, you know, some Naomi ports, but I mean, you know, that there's like RAM limitations that I don't know if there's ever going to be a way to totally overcome that.
For what?
For Naomi games on Dreamcast.
Well, there's the Thomas Wave stuff has been coming out like crazy.
Right, but like I've been hearing about it, but like I mean there are still RAM limitations, right? That
I think that it's able to be solved using an ODE.
Oh,
Because
really?
they're like on like if they're running, like you can't really run it off a disc.
Okay.
Because it's too slow. But using an ODE, it can go fast enough to work correctly.
Interesting. I really want to play Dolphin Blue. It looks awesome.
I mean, that's out. Like, I mean, I'll talk a little bit about that in the mode video.
Did Funkoland not price gouge as much? I mean, Funkoland was, it was around the 90s. I mean,
yeah, there wasn't a lot of.
No one wanted NES games.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought Fire Emblem, not Fire Emblem. I bought Earthbound there for $35 and like, I don't know, probably like 2000. So take for that what you will. You know, that was when, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, you know, when I got all of the Squaresoft Super Nintendo games, Earthbound, all that good stuff. You know,
Still got 10 more to go.
I was just a high school student, and that seemed like a real good way to spend my money. You know, I mean, in general, like I feel like even the most popular like Super Nintendo RPGs like were not much more than $30-$35, somewhere in the 20s.
This is kind of awesome looking. Apparently, this is the GameStack episode said this was the first appearance of Sonic the Hedgehog in anything.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess they were kind of working on the game and like kind of dropping a stealth tease for it, huh?
Yeah. That's kind of cool. It's like a first-person power drift. Ooh, I'm racing across the entire United States. Beware of oncoming car. Oh, jeez.
Oh, this is the real original Cruising USA.
Yeah. Suddenly, Cruising USA seems disappointing.
I don't know about disappointing. Perhaps derivative.
Yeah.
The perspective on those trucks is pretty good, actually. Or like the cars in general, but for the trucks, it's just easier to see that boxy perspective.
Yeah. Beware of oncoming car. Ooh, oh. Hey, this controls pretty well, I have to say.
Yeah? I mean, you're crashing a good bit.
I am, but I mean... That's just because I'm getting too bold.
It does look pretty fun.
What's crazy though, I mean, if this is the first appearance of Sonic, I mean, that's pretty crazy, actually. How do I turn my headlights?
That is crazy.
Oh, there we go. So that means, I mean, this came out in 1990. Oh, there's a couple of, you see in the John Perry G, there's a couple of 99-cent donations from John Perry G with little faces. This one.
Oh, there's also a $2. Did I miss a main? I was so entranced by this game. Oh yeah, there was the first one from John Perry G was any word on HD Retrovision Dreamcast component kits?
Nothing that we know of yet.
I've been doing a long time.
I feel like it's got to be real close.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, 2020 has not helped.
Yeah.
I mean, you've used like a near final prototype before.
Well, yeah, I don't know how close to final it was, but I mean, it was like it couldn't have been that close to final because it was over a year ago now. I used some of it in the Games Within Games episode. Some of the Shenmue stuff is using it. Like I'm riding like this racetrack.
You're like over. This is like Rainbow Road or something.
Yeah, it's like F-Zero. Where it's like above the city. Can I? Uh-oh.
Use the wiper. Oh, I wonder if you can get bug splatter on your window like Cruising USA.
There we go. Oh, look at that.
Oh, there you go. Realism, man.
Watch out behind you. Uh-oh.
You know, I tried so hard to get bug to splat on my windshield in Cruising USA for some video we did in the past year or two.
And you couldn't do it?
And I can't remember what it was for, but it was for some line of VO. I was like, I really...
And you couldn't get it to happen, huh?
I couldn't get it to happen. I was like starting to second guess myself. I'm thinking, does that happen in the N64 version? Oh, Cotton's on here.
Yeah, this is kind of a surprising game on here, I think.
I wouldn't have expected it.
I'm excited to try out Cotton Reboot.
Yeah. Oh, look at that moon skull.
Yeah.
Is that like the enemy base?
Yes.
You know, I honestly am not sure if I've ever played a Cotton game, but I mean, they look fun. I definitely want to play Cotton Reboot.
Is it a remake of the first one, or is it?
I don't, to be honest, I don't really know what it is. I mean, I don't have that solid of an idea of, you know, the various Cotton games. Well, actually, you know what? I have played some Cotton games, I think, on like the Mega EverDrive. Like, there's one that's like kind of an impressive looking 3D one.
Oh yeah,
I'm
it's
pretty
like
sure it's a Mega Drive game, isn't it?
yeah, it's like Panorama Cotton.
Yeah.
That's an expensive game.
Yeah. I was surprised though. By how good it seemed though.
Bless you. What?
You're not barking at me, Sandy. You're being lazy butt tonight. Oh wow, it's 11 o'clock.
I know. That's why I was like, oh, I'm moving through the games a little faster now.
Oh, there was a $2 super chat from TV4184 saying, "When are you guys gonna do a Dreamcast?"
We're gonna do it this year.
We're definitely going to.
2021, for sure.
Yeah. You know, I actually say in my on camera in the beginning, in the intro for the games we played in 2020, I say, you know, we didn't accomplish nearly everything that we thought we could, and you know, in addition to not finishing Analog Frontiers yet, I was also, when I was saying that, kind of thinking of Dreamcast RGB, because we kind of teased it at the end of the games we played in 2019. And I thought, you know, I thought that was a very safe thing to do, and it just didn't happen. We definitely originally thought we would would return to the 200 series this past year. But yeah, I think you can rest assured there will be 200 episodes in 2021.
Don't you think that this looks kind of impressive though? Like, watch when the characters jump out from the foreground.
It does. Like,
I mean, it's like not exactly that playable. It's like very choppy and everything.
They considered a bad game.
I think it's considered a bad game.
Not the game I was thinking of.
But I do feel as though, it's maybe a bit too ambitious for its own good.
It looks really cool though.
Yeah, like when the enemies jump from the foreground. I think that's
perspective is really neat.
Yeah.
I mean, you would almost see. Sometimes on Super Nintendo, you could see the floor done like this. Not that often, but sometimes. But like the actual character sprites zooming in and out.
Yeah, but this is more like just frames of animation. It almost looks like a movie. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the movement is real choppy though. But
it's neat though.
Yeah. I mean, like I understand that it's supposedly like it's not considered to be like a great game, and like playing it certainly is not. But I don't know, it's kind of neat.
I am intrigued. There was a $2 super chat from Lucas Peruzovic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying, did you check out Dotori-kun on the Mini?
No, I think it's the last one. Gotta be playing. I had never played this, and even though like I have an action figure of this girl, because I bought all the Sega gals. Like I wanted like the Sega gal gachapon for Ney from Phantasy Star 2, but the only way I could get that is if I bought like a pack that had them all. And it came with her, and I was like, I don't even know who this character is.
You gave me the Arl.
Oh, that's right. Which is actually now, like in retrospect, that's like very. It's appropriate.
Well, you gave her to me like after I like kind of got back into Puyo Puyo.
Oh, okay. And I think that I had one of Sarah Bryant that I sent to Joe Reddit for like a long time ago. I don't know if he put it anywhere or if he like even put it together. But I
Arl on my Sega shelf.
Yeah, I just wanted I have Asha. And let's try Sinbat. Sinbat. Not Sinbad. It's just Sinbat.
Oh, Damamaru HQ says I used to play this at a Pizza Hut's little arcade room across the street from the junior high school I went to. I'd never seen it before. I'm kind of into the look of it though.
Yeah, I think it's ambitious.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's like actually all that playable, I mean, it's very, very choppy. But the way the characters like jump from the foreground to the background is really, it's like looks really cool.
They had a great idea here.
Yeah.
For sure.
Fighting mummies? Come on. I mean, the sprites when they're real close, looks pretty good. Sometimes they fall off screen.
Zerbeast is saying this game is giving me a little Guardian Heroes vibe in terms of how they scale going towards away from the camera.
Yeah.
That's a game I need to play a lot more of. You know, there's a Guardian Heroes game on Game Boy Advance that you used in the GBA Consolizer video, and people ask like what game a lot of the time, and I like never answer it because I always forget.
Isn't it Guardian Heroes Advance?
I just can't remember what the name of it is.
I think it's just Guardian Heroes Advance. Look at this creative name of this guy, Six Hands. I wonder why they call him that.
I mean, the way that they overlap, like
Now that I've destroyed his hands, is he gonna change his hands to no arms, no hands? Doesn't matter. Cleared the stage anyways. So see, that's cool looking.
it looks like garbage on the stream.
Oh really?
This level is killing the stream compression.
Alright, well. We'll go back. We're gonna continue on. So I can do it. Oh, here we go. This is kind of the big one.
Huh?
This is kind of the big, this is, you know.
Oh yeah. There was some game that a super chat requested that you said would be the last one. What was it? What was it called?
I don't remember the name of it. It's kind of like a weird game, but it doesn't have any sound to it or anything. I don't know where it's actually from.
But you know what the name? You'll know the name when you see it.
Yeah. So
is this is the first time this game has ever been re-released?
I mean, it's getting, it's in one of those one-up arcade machines.
Oh, okay. Well, that bodes well for it getting other versions in the future.
Yeah. So there's chicken legs. I kind of dislike a lot of the character designs though in this. I like this guy. I like Stern. It's like your typical.
I didn't really see the other characters all that much. I mean, the background looks very nice.
There's like a centaur and a giant, and it's like a giant, and Gilius Thunderhead is like riding on the giant's back.
I like how the shadow behaves. That looks pretty neat. Like when you jump, I think it actually like kind of gets further away from you.
What I like is that when you use the magic, the fire magic, it like shows a close-up view of an enemy, like, and his face burning off.
That waterfall actually looks really good.
Is that killing the stream compression?
A little bit, but it looks cool. Like you see the splashes coming out from where it hits the water. Looks awesome.
Let's see here. I was trying to get to a point where you see the magic. I'll try it right here. Oh, there it is. Look at his face, like gets burned off. I mean, it's kind of awesome, right?
It's very cinematic.
Yeah.
Like the way it cuts in and out. You know, it's a seamless transition. It's a good looking game.
I want to get on the chicken leg.
Oh, they don't cut away to it for a boss.
Right. So have you not really ever seen this game like in action before?
No, I think I've seen screenshots. Oh, look at this vertical movement.
Yeah.
Or this like Z-axis movement. A slow walk toward the gnome. Oh, the sun's setting.
I like that it keeps a lot of the voices from the original.
Oh yeah. What about the voices from the Dreamcast version? weren't the screams like?
Yeah,
the
they're
screams
real
were
bad.
Really messed up.
Yeah. Well, it's just all the sound effects in the Dreamcast version are bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So,
I want to say
see,
that the scream was really bad.
I mean, like, it's kind of crazy that this is the character because she's really big.
Oh wow. That's that's kind of awesome though.
It's different.
It's a surprise.
But I don't know what kind of magic she has.
Is she fast?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Like that's kind of a unique character, really, because usually like it's rare to have a big and fast character, you know?
So she has the earth magic this time around.
That scorpion looks kind of awesome. Oh, $5 from Craig Wan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying, wishing you and the MLiG family a early Happy New Year. Looking forward to lots of signed content from you guys as we approach 2021. Cheers. Well, I think you're going to see us release a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
In 2021 than we did in 2020. And like I say, aiming to get Analog Frontiers done in the spring. All 5 parts, and
look at this map screen.
In the meantime, and look forward to the games we played in 2020 on Thursday. That's going to be we think it's going to be over. It's probably going to be over an hour, which is kind of silly. But you know, people seem to like that video every year a lot more than I expect.
What, the games we played?
The games we played in X year.
Yeah, but I mean, it's funnier like watching it get longer and longer.
I know.
Each year and this one's gonna like be longer than last year. Last year's was almost an hour.
This is definitely gonna be over an hour.
Yeah.
What if you know what? What if it ends up being the longest video we've ever done? Wouldn't that be like hilarious?
Well, I mean, the
longest edited video.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. I don't know.
How many games have I finished this year? Well, I'm not mentioning them all in the video, but let me look on the old backloggery.
I'll tell you what I finished the other day that it was like, I felt was like a huge disappointment. Oh, let's try Tricks. Who's Tricks? I've never seen Tricks before. Played 1980X.
Oh yeah.
I had it in my Switch wish list for a long time, and then it was like on sale for like $7.99, and man, like I was like way disappointed.
Yeah.
Because it says nothing about it being like episodic, and it is. It's like at the end it's like to be continued, and
so what you played wasn't a physical version?
No, I just got the version off of the eShop because it was on sale, and I was just curious. I'd heard a lot of good things like about the soundtrack, so I was curious about trying it out. And it's like an hour, like not even an hour long. And is there even like a date for the next part? Because it just kind of ended in like out of nowhere.
I mean, but was it any good?
I mean, I guess it like looked like it was like, I mean, each of the games, like it seemed like if they had used the effort to build like a full game around any one of them, it would have been really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like the beat 'em up, like all the graphics in each different game was good looking, but they're so short that it's like, oh, I guess that's that. You know, it's kind of disappointing.
Look at this dude's portrait at the top of the screen.
I know, he's like,
his face is just kind of like.
He's like, mm-hmm. Haters. Mm-hmm. He looks like the exact kind of character you'd see. He looks like a kid who's like dressed up and stuff like from his parents' closet, and he's pretending he's in a Golden Axe game. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
And that's his move is like to spawn some apples that he can eat.
Spawn some apples.
That's his move.
It sounds like a move that some kid would come up with. You know, like, oh, I make apples that I can eat. Or more likely, it'd be like, I can make pizza that you just eat.
We'll try Goa, who's got Gilius Thunderhead.
So none of these. Wait, is that the original dwarf?
Yeah, that's Gilius Thunderhead. It's like riding on there.
So is he like the only returning character, even though like you're not really directly controlling him?
Well, maybe
he's controlling that dude.
Well, he is.
That's kind of weird.
I'm riding an electric scorpion. Yeah, I mean, the character designs, the playable characters are not the best thing ever in this.
I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate them. I mean,
you appreciate that it's trying to do something different?
It's weird, but it's cool. I mean, the centaur lady is kind of wild. It's fun. Some fun ideas for these characters, for sure.
I mean, Gillis is definitely he's like, get him!
it's like Mario hitting Yoshi.
This is kind of fun. Like, this has been kind of fun playing all of the games on here. I have to admit.
Have you skipped any?
No, I'm gonna see where I'm at. We got a.
Yeah, we should wrap up with that one that was requested.
Yeah, I'll move. I'm gonna go through. See, I just want to play him for a second. So we got Puyo Puyo.
No. It's amazing, actually, how close the visual style of the Super Nintendo and Genesis versions are to the arcade. I don't know if this was made with that same hardware that Ace mentioned before, that was very similar to the Genesis, but
I like the music.
did you ever finish Puyo Puyo Tetris 1?
I tried to. I have not played it since last year. Maybe I need to go back to it.
I mean, it lets you just like skip.
I see. I didn't know that at the time, and that's.
There were maybe 2 that I skipped actually. I don't know if you can skip any or only a certain number. I forget, but like if you just get totally roadblocked, like it doesn't stop you.
It has good music in this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do they all have like variations of this song in particular? You think?
I mean, I can't hear it, but I'm pretty sure I know which song it is, and I've definitely heard versions of the do 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 do.
Oh no, this is different than that. But I know what you're talking about. So this is another one. I guess it's kind of an interesting fighting game. Well, look at this guy, Goliath.
Goliath versus Thud.
What's his name? Goliath Fudd.
I think it said Thud. That you're fighting Thud. I think it is what it said on the title.
Oh, this character's name.
Yeah, I think his name is Thud.
Thud.
The title
Goliath.
screen had like a very like 1997 look to it.
Well, this is 1993, is when I guess this came out.
This is impressive for 93 for sure.
It is, but it's like, what is even going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting. The idea behind it is interesting for sure.
But yeah,
I'm guessing it does not play very well, but it definitely looks interesting. It has, similar to the Arabian Fight game.
Oh, versus Tiger.
It's
a sprite-based as a sprite-based arena fighter.
Yeah, it's interesting. I appreciate what they were going for here.
Yeah. I mean, this is a game you're looking at it being played, and the only instinct that you would ever have when watching this game is to like mash buttons. You cannot really make sense of what it's doing. You just like, I'm just gonna jam on the buttons and hopefully I'll win.
It's surprising if this is 93 though. Like it's almost got like a pre-rendered vibe to it,
Yeah. Yeah. Is there a character named Warren? I just want to see what the other characters are. Look at this horrible title screen.
Yeah, that's why I was like, doesn't it look like a 97 like N64 PS1 title screen? Or Dark Edge. Like I could just see that on N64 box,
Gotta be this guy. There's Thud. Thud. The music's not bad either.
this arena has less going on the ground than some of the others. It's kind of flat looking. Like that one with all the water and the splashes and stuff. That was kind of crazy.
Thud. it says second wound.
Second wound?
Yeah, second wound. Alright. I know. I need to. I feel like I need to play them all though.
Yeah, you're so close.
I know.
Just a little.
Well, Tantar, I don't know if how playable this is gonna be since it's gonna. Is it gonna be in English? It's not gonna be in English. Have you played? Have you played?
Kind of like WarioWare-ish game?
Yes. And have you played any of them? I think they're pretty fun.
I mean, I've probably played some Bonanza Brothers. I'm pretty sure I've played Bonanza Brothers on some Genesis collection at some point.
And when you it's
So
worth playing though. It's like
US in any form?
is it what?
Is this thing coming out outside Japan in any form?
There's no plans at all. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Like a built-in lag test right here.
Oh.
Look, I'm doing
You're
it.
nailing it.
Yeah. Cheetah. Look at that. Dang, I did awesome. That cheetah.
I would have blown it. Oh, Reno played this on Game Center CX? I didn't know he ever did arcade games. Well, there are home console versions of this, I guess. Or, well, I say there are home console versions. I mean, the version you played was emulated on the PS2, right?
Yeah.
The Sega Ages. So I don't know if there's any.
Well, there is a translation of this on the Sega Ages. The Sega Classics collection has, and it's also on the Switch. There's a Sega Ages on the Switch.
Mm.
Like I think it's pretty fun. It seems like something that you'd like. I don't know how to do this.
What are you trying to do on this jewel?
I don't know. I don't remember. We'll move to the next one. So Virtua Fighter looks really good on here. Like it's.
Oh yeah. Is it like high res? Is
Yes.
it 720p like native?
Yeah, I mean, look at it.
Yeah. Wow, that character select screen. I don't know if I'd ever seen the character select screen on this before.
Yeah, there's drop frames during the replays.
What's up with the floor looks like it moves very suddenly sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Like when you're punching or being punched.
It's almost like the angle is being changed.
The whole angle just like snaps.
Yeah.
Is that how the game originally is?
I have not played the arcade version enough to really know.
It's weird.
I should play as.
Is this 480i in the arcade?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely interlaced. I should have played as Sarah Bryan because I love like her win quote where she goes, Even good guys blow it. Oh ho 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 ho.
But I mean, really, the animations on it.
Oh, it's just you know.
These models is honestly crazy for its time.
Can I just say that Jeffrey that I'm fighting against right now, his name is Jeffrey McWild, which is a great name, Jeffrey McWild.
Great name. Should have named your son that.
Yeah, Jeffrey McWild.
Jeffrey McWild Carlson.
Okay, so this game is 24 kilohertz. I always thought it was interlaced, but maybe it's not. I thought it was 480i, but it's got the saddest music for the game over. The other wrestler's name is Wolf Hawkfield. Another freaking columns game. Come on. Like, why
Stack columns? Like, what's even the difference?
who knows? I don't even care. But like that's very columns like. We're gonna show columns and it's like we're gonna give you a gun. If you don't succeed at columns, you're gonna have to against Mr. Babu, then you're gonna
Mr. Babu. This is probably like Casino Royale or something.
Yeah. And it's got like it has like the most relaxing music. Mr. Babu.
It's so surprising to me that like Columns and Puyo Puyo like have their origin as arcade games, because like I was not aware of puzzle games in arcades like when I was a kid, and it's not a genre that I would have expected.
I mean,
to be a draw in the arcade.
Right. I mean, the only puzzle game I really knew of in the arcade was Clax.
Clax?
Yeah. I don't know if Audie's still here, but we all know that's his one of his favorite games.
Favorite game.
He loves. He's a big Clax fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's not what I would expect, but I mean, I definitely see it drawing a different audience at the arcade compared to other stuff for sure.
So this is the sequel to Tantar. So it's like more of the same. The guy at the beginning there looked like Shovel Knight.
Yeah, a little bit. The character designs are so weird in these.
Yeah, it's based on Bonanza Brothers.
I know, but like Bonanza Brothers,
like they're almost
they're like toys, except they don't have attached limbs. Is this Portal? Portal. Look, it looks like Portal, like Gauntlet or something. It is definitely like got a little WarioWare in it. Like honestly, in a lot of ways, the characters kind of make me think of why am I drawing a blank on the American name? Gun Bullet.
Oh yeah, Point Blank.
Point Blank.
Yeah. Oh, this is why I don't even understand how this works. Oh, I'm looking for the pattern. That's right.
I mean, in a lot of ways, I I feel like it is kind of similar to Point Blank, you know, in terms of you're just like playing these wacky variety games.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know what I'm looking for here.
Bonanza Brothers Cinematic Universe.
Where is this? Okay. This is like not my. Oh, it's close.
What are you trying to do?
I was trying to find the pattern of those three things. All right, so then we got two more.
Oh, Pollo Pollo too.
Yeah. Sue.
Sue.
This is generally considered like the best one, right?
I mean, at least of like the old arcade games, I think this is like the definitive of the arcade games. But I mean, you know, there's like so many versions that have come out on consoles, you know?
Yeah. So this is the music that I know right here. Dun 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 dun. But yeah, I mean it's more Puyo Puyo.
Huh?
So it's more Puyo Puyo.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
don't
see
think
it.
there's much of it. There might be minimal rule changes. I'm not really sure of the details. Like this, like the Genesis version is like basically indistinguishable from this.
Yeah. I see a super chat there.
Oh, it might not been John DiLoretto. Just want to drop a donation and say you guys rock. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm not sure if that one appeared in the chat. Oh, it did. It did. Okay. Yeah.
All right, last one.
Well, I don't know which one was requested, but we've obviously done it. Oh, that was it. The Dotori-kun.
Yeah. So there's no sound to it.
This doesn't look like an arcade game.
It's not.
It looks like
it's not. It's like
like a calculator game.
Yeah, basically, I guess that's what it is.
What is it?
I think I'm just trying to collect all this stuff without getting.
What is it from, though?
I don't know. It said something about a bundled PCB in the menu.
Dotori-kun. Sega Retro is the first thing that comes up. No surprise there. A 1990 arcade, quote-unquote, game by Sega. The exact purpose is unclear. System 16 claims that it was to help JAMA board dealers cope with a law saying all boards must be sold with games. The main source code claims it was just a JAMA test board. Whatever the case, it was quite cheap for the time. A 4 megahertz Z80, very basic graphics, 256 by 192 display, capable of drawing 2 of 8 colors and no sound. So the purpose of this is unclear. Very mysterious.
I wonder how long I can go. You can speed it up though. Oh.
Maybe someday in a Yakuza game you can win a plush of Dotori-kun and it's just
You can't turn backwards though. You got to keep on going. I mean, it's kind of neat.
Oh, so do you have to keep going counterclockwise?
No, you cannot turn around and go back the other way.
Oh, okay.
If you hit a wall, you'll automatically turn. See it like there's nothing I can do there.
I see.
This game is in 4K. Yes. This is 4K HDR that we're seeing. It's ray traced.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if only we could see the full HDR, you'd see that there's all kinds of like shades of white within the white.
Yes. It's like as if you were if you're outside right now, looking at a very similar scene to this.
Yes.
The light would be reacting to the way you would expect it to.
Yeah, it's like it feels like you're really looking at an arcade monitor in the sun.
Oh,
we got a 20 peso from Eddie Lockhart. And I cannot speak Spanish, but I will try, saying amo su contiendo, siguen así saludos desde Mexico. I believe this is greetings from Mexico. Let me go to Google Translate. It's always fun to go to Google Translate. Apparently I copied a YouTube link and not the contents of the message. I love your content. Keep it up. Greetings from Mexico. Well, thank you.
This game has no game genre.
It defies all expectations.
So what does everybody think? Did anybody get sold on this machine during this stream?
I mean, certainly the scaling is very flawed.
Yeah.
But I mean, it sounds like the some of the accessories that have been released around it are very useful, like using the actual arcade stick on Mister. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to use it for.
$2 from Gaming Blows saying Dotori is still more entertaining than Spyro was. Spyro 2 was a weird game to stream, I will admit. It didn't. The flow of it did not work very well for streaming because I was very confused by it myself. The structure of the first Spyro game I thought was a lot better. But sometimes we go into this stuff blind and we just assume that it'll work well for streaming.
Yeah. I want to see if I can buy one of those ashtrays though, just to have. I wonder if you can buy the ashtray by itself. Because it says Sega High Tech World in it.
Does it have tiny cigarettes in it?
No, you're supposed to buy your own for it. It's not. But it says Sega High Tech World, which is interesting because I never thought about, like, I wonder if the Sega arcades were called that, and suddenly Alex Kidd in High Tech World makes more sense to me because that whole game is about Alex Kidd going to an arcade.
Yeah.
And all that suddenly made sense when I saw that ashtray.
Oh, we got $5 from Vanessa Area. Thank you. Saying thank you to everyone here for helping us get through this difficult year. Happy New Year and looking forward to my life in gaming in 2021. Pooty!
Pooty, get over here.
Pooty!
I saw Pooty running around when I got home from the zoo tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I always get afraid that Pooty's going to see me. Pooty! Pooty! Pooty!
Man, on Christmas Day, Sandy she didn't poop, in the morning like normal. And in the early afternoon, she started fussing. I said, "Oh, you got poop." I took her outside, and man, she was pulling on the leash. And I started, picking up the pace a little bit to keep up with her. And she went into a full-on gallop into the yard. was just funny.
Just knew she had to go.
Just had to go.
Apparently, MAME does run the Torikun. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well,
MAME's all about that documentation, right?
yeah. Anyways, that's going to do it for 2020 and my life in streaming.
Yeah.
I hope everybody has a wonderful New Year's. And we'll see you back here. Well, we'll see you on the channel on Thursday.
The games we played in 2020.
Yep, and then we'll see you back here on the 3rd. All right. Thanks to everybody who hung out during this stream, and everybody who, like, a lot of the streams have really picked up a lot throughout this year. I think starting with the Mario 3 stream, the attendance in our stream has like shot up considerably. So thanks to everybody who watches every week. And
it's crazy to me. I never expected this kind of consistent audience for the streams. It's great.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's something I look forward to every week.
Yeah. I mean, there's never like, oh man, I gotta pick something to stream tonight. You know?
Yep.
It's always a good time.
I wonder what we're gonna play for the first. What'll be the first game? That is
the first game was Mario 3 last year, right? Or this year?
Oh, it was the first game that I streamed from this house.
Oh,
you might have played something else.
Let me look real quick. What was the first stream?
I feel like
what was the first stream?
I don't know. It's got to be something good though.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Let's see. Will we be able to top it? Let's see. The last stream of 2019 was Turok with John Linneman.
Yeah. And it's funny because like after we finished that stream is when I started breaking down the old attic setup.
And the first stream of 2020 was Super Mario Brothers 2, which, that was my, intended monthly replay game for 2020, and I really fell off this time. I mean, I never finished a full 12 replays of any of the previous ones, but I only did one or two of Mario 2, unfortunately.
Did I do Mario 3 like the following week?
No, because it looks like I streamed again because obviously you weren't prepared. I did a whole new world.
Oh, okay.
And then you did Mario.
Then Mario 3.
Gosh, that does not feel a year ago. Practically a year ago. That Mario.
It's weird. It's like this past year has been
the fastest and the longest.
Yes. It's such a weird thing. It just feels like been like a cryogenic sleep kind of.
Well, we'll have to pick a good one for next week. Yeah, we'll have to. I'll have to think. Like what would really set the year on the right foot?
Yeah. Oh, that'll be something good. Anyways, I hope everybody has a happy New Year. Thanks to everybody who hung out and everybody who donated tonight. It was a lot of fun going through the Astro City Mini. And we'll see everybody in 2021. But
you'll still see us on Thursday.
Yeah, for what has become like a yearly ritual. I have a lot of work that I need to do.
I'm almost done.
I know. But, I mean, I don't have a lot left. I mean, it's going to go pretty quick, but yeah. Anyways, see everybody soon. Good night and Happy New Year.